Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Oh my God, I was about to say Friday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my channel. You guys know what we do on Tuesdays, and it was at 9, but today, this week, we're going to do it at 8, and we're going to continue to try to do it at 8 because 9 o'clock it'd be a lot. We don't get off till like 4 in the morning. But anyway, that's a whole nother behind the scenes story. Shout out to everybody that is logged on with us right now. We have 21 faithfuls in with us. If you have not hit that like button, don't forget to hit that like button now. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate it if you would join our soulmate community over here. Tonight we will be discussing Ready to Love season 7, which is Miami number 2, and this is going to be for episode number 2. A lot happened in this episode. We got some new faces and everything, and we are here to discuss it. I'm so excited. You guys know I like to start in the very beginning with going around the room. Everyone's going to introduce themselves. We're going to do it in the beginning, and we're going to do it in the end, because in real life, we are the important ones here. And of course, the content is important, but this is the family, and we're going to introduce the soulmate family. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Tyrone to my right. My left.
What's up, everybody? Tyrone E. Wilson here. I was on Ready to Love season 4. It's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Sabrina. Always a pleasure being with the cast. Castmates as well. Really B, Stacy. It's J-Dub. I'm sure it's going to be fun tonight. I look forward to it. So always ready.
Hey, Sabrina, this is J-Dub, and want to say hello and thank everybody in the chat for stopping through, as well as the superstar panel. I am YouTube's #1 commenter, and I'm just here to have fun. And from the last panel, I know I have to protect myself at all times.
Oh, Lord.
Stacy B. Or really B. I ain't running nothing. I'm done.
Stacy, you going next or?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You right under big head, so might as well go.
Really Be TV on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube, or on Instagram, Really Be TV. I did it all twisted too. Really Be TV _ on YouTube. And I review pretty much all the Bravo shows and the OWN shows.
All right. What's up? Y'all know what it is. It's PO, as in Potomac, season 5/6 or whatever. Yeah, so you know what it is. 100 sightings on IG. I don't do nothing but lay around like credit cards.
What?
What kind of? I'm still speechless about him laying around.
I thought they was gonna bring PO back for Miami.
No.
Because you be delivering PO, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought you deliver.
The juggernaut.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Stacy.
And I'm Stacy B, Stacy _B with 3 E's. I was on Ready to Love the original season 4, but I guess in the way we going now, I guess it was season 3 because the resort was the last resort and don't get a number anymore.
No, they just call it the last. That's what the producers told me, because I was like, wait a minute, are we 4? They're like, no, the last resort is just the last resort. It's not a number. And I'm like, but you're gonna throw everybody off. Like, it's still a season.
And they did.
It's crazy because the communications to us, like when they're like, hey, season 4 is our communications, like our emails and stuff from them. It's season 4.
So weird that they do that, because I don't know if they're 4 or 5. I don't even say it anymore. Like, I say what we are. I'm like, Ready to Love DC. Ready to Love Potomac. Yeah, I don't even say 4 because I have no idea what it is, and everyone says it's different. So, or whatever.
Okay, well, I'm ready to love Houston season.
Right.
Oh, we know.
And just to let everybody know that's in the chat, shout out to you guys, my soulmates, my faithfuls that are here with us. We love you so much. Without you guys, there is no us. And also to let you know, if you have any comments, anything that we're saying, anything that you know, you want to comment about with the things that, make sure you put it in the comment section. Sometimes we will discuss some of those comments, and sometimes I will put them up on the screen. So just to let you know, we want you guys engaged with us as well. All right. So does anyone have anything that they want to say to start off episode number 2 before we really get started?
Oh, I can't wait to hear what we got to say on Corvea. That's going to be the hot topic.
Oh my gosh. I want to like start now, but I don't want to jump the gun because this.
Yeah, don't jump the gun, but you put it out there, so I couldn't hold it. So.
This lady, she is. I like her because she keep it 100. She keep it real. She telling us exactly how she feel. Period. Point blank. And it is what it is. So, and I love anybody that's real, that keep it real, and that's just genuinely themselves, regardless if it's bad, if it's good, if they this, if they that, whatever. So if you keep it 100, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I like it for it, or like you for that. So in the very, very beginning, we end last episode with Dre and Natasha being eliminated. The singles meet for lunch the very next day. I don't know if it was the next day, but they meet for lunch, and everyone is sitting around. They're talking, they're mingling. Then we have Tommy. He walks in and tells them that, of course, there's more fish in the sea and that he is going to be bringing 4 new singles to the group. The party of 4 is now about to be a party of 18. He introduces Cynthia and Jonique, Fabrice and Mark Anthony. Tommy says that after they get to know everybody, that he will be sending them on their first group date. And also he mentions that the men have the power to send the women home this week. Your thoughts? Not all.
I mean, we knew there were more people were coming. You know, we knew that. So I think that was sort of anticlimactic. We were like, okay, they're all right, you know.
But you know what? Yeah. So I was expecting it to be a full house. Had a whole 20, folks in the building. I don't anticipate them even doing like another curveball set. I thought they might, but I don't think they will because of that new save a life or phone a friend or whatever you got.
Yeah, that's an interesting twist. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't fully understand it, but I've never been.
Me either. I had to see them do it.
I've never been a fan of them add new people. I mean, I'm thinking you got to work with what you got, but some people like it. I just don't particularly care for it. Bring everybody you're gonna bring, and let's work from that. And if you're gonna have less people, why eliminate on the first day? I'm just thinking they could have went a day or 2.
Yeah, like
I think. I'm sorry. Good.
At this point, I'm just like, why bring in the new people, and then why bring them in
right
after they already voted 2 people off when that could have been a connection? Right. I understand.
Exactly.
I understand that they got to cut it short, because it's cheaper on the filmmaking crew, but still, that's a connection that they're missing out on. So it just don't make sense to me. Just put all 20 people in there. Don't even kick nobody off on the first day and just let it, we'll see how it play out.
Right.
I was just like a little unhappy the way it went, mostly because, like we were still, even though it was like 8 singles to begin with, I'm still trying to figure out who they are. And so like when the add-ons came, it was like the focus was only them. So it's still some cast that I'm like trying to develop, like in my mind, like who are they? Like, trying to figure out. And then today, this episode, it was mostly focused on the new singles. So it was like, because like I said, I think the one with the daughter, he's the one that can write the prescriptions, the nurse that can write the prescriptions. See, we forgot about him. He seems like he would be a good character to watch. He seemed like on the first episode, he seemed like he was very serious about it and intentional. And then this episode, we really didn't see half the people.
Yeah. And it was like Sue-Ann popped up, or or Mercedes are flashing and out. We want to know more. We did need those small bios just to get a feel for them, a background, so we can connect with them just real quick, not too deep.
But so here's what I'll say about that though. they probably had too much substance in their interactions, and they want to isolate that and not give the story away or tell you who they really are, to help
Yeah.
them to tell their story.
They come off like strangers. Just somebody
Yeah.
popping up in the party, like who is Sue Ann? Who is who
Right.
is Mercedes? Who is
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
got a couple
mean,
more things.
I'll be honest, and I mean not to change the whole dynamic of the show, but I've never been a fan of that elimination at the mixer, because I really do feel like I just really feel like people need a little bit more time. I really do.
Not.
If you want to do it the next day at the brunch or whatever, but I just feel like you put all 20 people in the room, you do the mixer, and if you want to come back to the brunch and give them another opportunity and then see what clicks, fine. And I didn't go through the process.
No.
But as a viewer, I just think I'm like, that's just, I don't know.
Let me help you understand though, as a viewer. Like, you gotta have that elimination at the mixer, because what's gonna happen is you'll see people rolling up in there and being lazy, right? And then, just kind of bird watching or whatever, and then they'll get everything figured out by the time the brunch comes. Because like, you can get numbers, exchange numbers, and all that stuff. So you'll have people talking, and they'll be saying things that you won't see on camera, right? And then, next thing you know, they at the brunch, and you like, wait a minute, how did all of these connections happen? And we never saw it. So I think you got to push and force people to hurry up and get in there and do their best.
But I was gonna
But
also
see, that's
say,
exactly
that this is what, the third or fourth season that they brought in the new people. People are gonna start to catch on, right? They're gonna just start pacing themselves in that first interaction because they know new people are coming. Do you know what I mean? And then they bring in these new people like they're gonna be stunners. And what if nobody liked them? Now they only there for a day.
Yeah, in a way, I agree with that. Because I took it as an element. It was like it's unfair because in some cases they used to bring them in maybe a few weeks in, and you've been fighting for your position or stepping up, and then somebody just can come in and take a spot just like that. I'm like,
and
just let it be
and
the original.
let's be real about it. Chances are, the new cast that comes in, the added cast, they're most likely aren't going to be eliminated in on their first episode there. So
that's not true. Nah, they got rid of the like Cornbread was Cornelius was a 1-episode thriller, and he came in and went out the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember.
I
I thought he was
recall.
I thought he was on a couple of episodes.
And and I thought he was. I was.
Well,
thinking
he
like,
came
damn,
in
he
on
ain't
a
got no
women's.
immunity.
Yeah, he
the
came
women
on.
eliminations that week.
He
I
came
think
in
he
when
was
it was
on
a men's
2.
elimination, so he lived a week because he came in when it was a men's elimination. So he lived to that next week, but then when it was the next week, when it was the women's elimination, he was eliminated. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
he was on a couple of shows.
But I will say, even though I didn't like the way it was structured, I do like that the 4 firecrackers they brought in did what they were supposed to do. They understood the assignment, and they had us looking like, okay then.
Right.
Well, I mean, and some people have speculation that they on this season they might be actors and actresses. People been putting that out there in the comments.
I've been hearing that too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it won't be the first time.
Well, I think for Miami though, it's difficult to get people to want to do this and give up all of that goodness that they're enjoying in that dating pool, right? Because I mean, it's like Burger King, have it your way in Miami.
Well, I
So
mean,
you might have to get some acting influences in there.
well, when you used to eat that Burger King, you used to eat that Burger King. That's not a thing. As a lot of times, people don't come on the show for the right reasons. They trying to advertise their business or get some exposure in another way. It's like a lot of people don't seem to come on there ready to love.
Right, because that's singing. Because I mean, who's gonna sing on the outro?
Right, and you're supposed to be distraught and hurt and confused.
And they usually, I mean, I just be like Cardi B the whole time. What is the reason? What is the reason? Like she just saw the week before it didn't work for Drake when he was rapping. So.
Right, I was like, so did you just hand out demos to the production crew on your way out the door too? Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I ain't mad. You gotta shoot your shot. You get one chance. You gotta make it blow.
Yep.
So what do y'all think about the new additions to the group? Cynthia and Jonique, Fabrice and Mark Anthony.
Oh man, okay. So Fabrice, he gives me the 7-Up man vibes. Remember the dude 7-Up commercial?
Oh, I do remember.
He gives.
No, I don't remember him.
I don't think I'm old enough to remember that, P.O.
Okay, well,
Stacey, you old enough.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I remember.
But I think Fabrice, his whole intro is destructive, right? Like he could have came in a little bit softer, but he was playing. I think he played too much on the sexual thing. It was like every other word was, I want to have sex. I want to do sex. I want to read about sex. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I think his motive, his intention is out there. His birth certificate. Yeah, we might have to Obama him.
Oh yeah, Fabrice definitely 44 plus 14 or something.
I was getting ready to say, do y'all really think that he's 44?
44 plus 14.
Nah.
I mean,
she said not ever.
I mean, if they say he was 60, I would believe it. You know,
but he was entertaining.
He was
entertaining. He was like somebody's drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. Like I just wanted to watch him. He
might
was
be
hilarious.
But I feel like he was. But I feel like he
actor.
was trying too hard to be shocking. Because I mean, I lived in Paris, and we were just more open and fluid about sex. Like, but you still know polite company. Like, you still know how to have a polite conversation with the woman you're trying to get to know. That ain't how to do it. Like, just because you lived in France, for however many years, doesn't give you a free pass to just be a dirty old man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
he was like, I lived in France. Drop your pants.
I mean,
that sound like something
Look at you making a hook.
Yeah.
You making a hook.
But
right.
really, B, I'm thinking that he is that tone deaf, like thinking that his old school plays are working. Like it maybe worked before, or something else was working, meaning he was with Giorgio Armani and all that stuff. But
right.
Yeah, I don't think he cares to connect with the woman. He's just trying to get to the sex, like he says. And he was very intentional about what he said. He said, I do it on purpose to put the woman in shock. He wants to make the woman uncomfortable and put her in a space where he can kind of navigate what he want to do and tell how far he can take her. He's in the wrong era for it. It sounds like he come from the 80s or something. It's borderline harassment, for real.
I feel like it was like a wasted spot for someone that was really serious about being in a relationship. And it's almost to a point where I'm thinking production is just adding people just to give us something to talk about. You know what I mean? It's almost like they've already chosen.
Because I can't believe that
he's going to be at the end.
Right.
And everybody else is filler right now.
Well, Stacey said he was entertaining, so it worked.
Yeah. He's going home next week, though.
I sure hope so. I can't take it.
He will. Yeah.
I definitely feel like he's at the bottom. I definitely feel like he's at the bottom.
But I was surprised. Mercedes was biting and Sue Ann was biting.
Mm-hmm. Sue Ann was like, I'm trying to get to know him a little bit better.
Yeah, so that proves that it's somebody for everybody.
They was like, he's speaking French. Ooh la la.
Yeah.
I thought they was just trying to keep multiple connections to stay on. That's what it felt like.
Right.
True.
Because I'm like, what does this work? What does that
Let's go
work?
forth.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Crazy.
Look at him saying
Yeah.
they politicking. I mean, there's a lid for every pot. I'm sure there's plenty of women who aren't like trying to tuck away their
And some
sexual
people are-
desires that would be interested in him. Some people
Right.
like being upfront like that. You know, it's a little much for my taste
some-
because you know I'm a good
But our
wholesome Southern girl
purposes,
over
you
here.
know, that older man.
But
Yeah, some women enjoy being sexually harassed and verbally abused.
I wouldn't say. Now, see, here you go. Now, if it was me saying that, y'all be like, oh, here go another woman saying a man is going too far. No, I don't. I think he knows how to go right up to the border and tap dance right on that fine line, but he didn't cross it. He ain't touch anybody that we saw. So
No, I was exaggerating a bit, but it to
yeah,
me,
and plus,
I mean, but it wasn't the type of
I'm
conversation.
gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if the deliverer of those messages would have been in a different package, some other women might have received it a little better as well. I think because he,
well, yeah, that's
might not
proven.
be somebody's type, then you know they were turned off by it. But if Mark Anthony would have been saying it, one of them, you know, them little strappy, fine young ones, nobody would have had a problem.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you for once, Stacey, because y'all still loving Blake out there, and Blake has no
Who is
personality.
Blake?
Oh, you don't even know who Blake?
That's
what?
the one with the high top fade.
The one,
the photo.
8713.
Yeah.
I like Blake.
I know you do, and I don't know why. Blake don't have a personality. He's pompous. He's arrogant.
Blake is rude.
Nah, listen.
I don't like Blake.
Blake is. I'm telling you, Blake is about to come up. Give him a little bit.
I feel like he's
know,
misunderstood.
No,
he's about to come up.
No,
He's about to come up.
No,
I'm telling you.
No,
I'm telling you, Blake is going to come up.
You don't have to tell me. No.
That's
You don't
Blake
have to
is one
tell
of my.
me. No.
Blake is one of my picks to go all the way to the end. I said it from the beginning, so we're gonna have to watch it. And yeah, I'm Team Blake for sure.
Yeah, PO's been an underdog and rose to the occasion, so he should know. So I mean, because I didn't see it for PO. Like I gave PO a hard time. Like, who is this guy talking about? He always deliver, and he's a juggernaut and all this stuff. And I mean, PO ran the race, and I'm like, listen, not in a woman's sense, but he won me over. I was like, yeah, PO, yeah, I see what he did, and that's why you always got to be yourself. Somebody gonna like it.
Yeah,
I gave Paul a hard time too, but that's my.
Yeah, but maybe it's a situation where it's editing, because you guys know in the very beginning, it's like they suppress some of our personalities like on purpose. And then like towards the end, or we're like the good girl in the beginning, and then we turn out to be the evil one in the end, or the quiet guy in the beginning. Then he turns out to be like Mr. Knight in shining armor in the end. You know what I mean? So maybe that's it, because I kind of feel like I like Blake too. Like I feel like he really is trying to like find a connection, you know. I think he's very intentional. That's what I get from him. And you know, I don't think he's just for the games. Like I don't think he takes it as it's a game. And that's the energy that I get from him. I feel like he is stiff. I do feel like his personality needs to show more, but it doesn't take away from the other things that I just said about him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't think that Blake is stiff at all. I think Blake actually shows up. And I think they get him in those moments of his rigidness, right? And they're not really showing him being relaxed, because this is the person that they want to present to you up front, you know, to buy into, okay, this is going to be his personality for now. You understand? I think later on, you'll start to see him unwind a lot more, and a lot more women are going to appear to be attracted to him, but they probably already are.
Well, yeah, I mean, Blake, he got it in the bag. If he had a personality, he would have all of them lined up. But it's a type of it's just the way he says things. It's just you can feel the on it. It's not
Yeah,
very
and I will
becoming, right?
say, and I will say from a production standpoint, you're looking at this from the way it's being edited. I agree with Paul that Blake is gonna make it far because we've seen more of Blake than I think any of the other guys. So I do, from a production standpoint, the way they're editing it, I agree with you. But I'm saying for me personally, I was talking about from a personal
Right.
point of view. Blake
Understood.
don't do it
Understood.
for me from a personal point of view.
Right. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. They're creating that space, that doubt, that hopelessness for him. But I'm telling you that he's probably a really good, solid person across the board.
I agree. Tyrone?
We'll see. We will see.
I don't know how to say it without it coming out mean, man. I
just say it.
Like if Paul is right
Just
on
say it.
occasion, then I would lean towards what Paul is saying. but Paul is rarely right. Like I don't see it personally.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
do,
Like I don't see Blake's connection there. I see him possibly trying with a couple people, but I don't see those people, being attracted to him like Paul is saying. I think it's just something off about him as well. You know what I mean? And it really stands out to me.
Listen, when Ty says it, then there's something there because Ty will defend and back up everybody. Everybody got some kind of hidden or shining light to Ty. So when he says it, it's something there.
Yeah, and then to put him and Z, two semi-awkward people, in the same scene multiple times,
it was painful.
Yeah, because he's not adjusting himself or his personality or anything. It's just I'm Blake. This is who I'm gonna be, and that's it.
I just don't. I don't think Blake is. I think that Blake is what he's like. What you see is what you're gonna get.
Right.
And I think, but I think that they're drilling that into people's head in a different direction. I'm telling you, he's
they're trying to court a woman. Like, do you see him as charming and inviting, or?
I do. I think he has that. I think he has that side. And what I'm saying is,
I'm asking.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Seen it?
Have I seen it?
Have you seen that come across on film?
No, I didn't see that, but does that mean that didn't happen, though?
I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm talking about what I've seen. Paul, I already know you're going to hope for the best for the underdog, but I'm telling you what I'm seeing.
I'm telling you. All right, so if this was a betting world, if we could do this in Vegas, I probably would put half the house on this. But the other half I'm going to hold on to.
But P.O., I saw somebody down in the chat said that you thought Samson was a great guy. Now, if anybody can stamp that.
So hold on now. Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to hold on.
We saw Samson go all the way to the end only to get crushed by Sherry's, right?
That's what you saw? You saw that?
Oh, I didn't crush him. He crushed himself.
I'm telling you.
He got himself in that position.
But what I'm saying is that I said that he was going to go some distance, and he did exactly that. Samson, how he did it, it didn't matter. I didn't map out how he was going to do it.
And his charm,
love bombing. Right. He's talking about the wedding on the first visit with the friends, and serious. And I bought a pre-wedding gift for her right now. All that.
Exactly.
After I seen Samson on Sabrina Live
at all,
you can't tell me nothing about Samson. After I seen that,
I didn't see that.
Oh, it was.
I didn't see that live.
It was epic,
that was
horrific, and a classic. I'm so thankful that I could not make that live.
Honey, we got so much.
It was hard to watch.
The question was, did you see Tyrone?
It was hard to watch. It was crazy.
On that Sabrina Live.
Ty was holding his own. He was in there. I put that in the comments because I'm definitely in the comments. Ty was hanging in there, and he got on Jeremy Speaks, and that was bad. I'm so glad
he crashed and burned.
I'm so thankful, and yes, he showed everybody who he was. If anybody had a mistake, and guess what? It's some people out there for Samson as well. Some people like to be mistreated because they were mistreated their whole lives.
There you go.
Feels normal.
He's not a bad guy. He's good for somebody, just not for me.
No, there's
So-
that. Team Blake.
Well, I'm gonna say PO is kind of taking Ty's place because Ty used to do that too. Now I'm like we switching spots.
Paul, do you have sisters? Paul?
I do. I got 3 sisters. Yeah.
Would you hook your sister up with Blake?
Right. There you
I
go.
would have to have a conversation with him.
Mhm.
I would have to, because here's the thing. This is what I'm looking at. You're only seeing at best 15 to 25 seconds of him continuously, right? And so if you can form a whole opinion off of somebody in that short bit of time, then that's being superficial. So
But now you're contradicting yourself.
I was getting ready to say
Now
that.
you're contradicting yourself. Because hold up, Mr. Deliver. You just said the eliminations on the first date. Some people might get comfortable, so you got to, weed them out. But now you're saying it's not enough time to make a lasting impression.
No. Here's what I'm saying. You know how it goes. You've been there. You're not talking to people for just 15 seconds at a time. You're spending hours, half hour, 25 minutes in a conversation. If you're in a one-on-one date, you're doing that for about 45 minutes. And from that situation, they gather whatever they want us to see in terms of a viewership and the way that they want us to perceive that particular person. And then they play the 15 to 25 seconds of that. And then they isolate everything else. And then they may use that and they may bring those particular parts out of them later on. But come on, 15 seconds, 30 seconds of a moment that lasted for half an hour, 45 minutes. That ain't enough time.
I'll just say what I said about not Donovan, Demetrius. I say you got to be wary of a dude who never smiles.
Right. But he does.
I'll just leave it at that.
He does though, and
I'm talking about Blake. Have y'all seen Blake
All right,
smile?
come on, we can do this all night. Paul gonna keep capping.
Well, I want to say something to PO. I thought PO, we gotta look at it as a viewing audience. Yes, you have your opinion, but we only can go by what we see.
Yeah,
only what we see on TV. So
So based off of what I see, I'd like to see a little bit more of in-depth conversation or activities or whatever with the brother. I can't write him off right now because I've only learned total in these last 2 episodes. I probably learned about 3 minutes worth of data from this man.
He has bad energy. You can feel it through the screen.
It's
a real thing. Paul. It's a real thing.
I'm just talking about what I'm seeing.
I can't wait till the end. I can't wait till I see the end result. I'm telling you, there's some point he's gonna start showing up.
Well, you said the victory is just for him to make it to the end. We're not talking about if he's ready to love, but because the women are attracted to him, certainly he can make it to the end. That's not hard to do.
Right.
I just want Paul to be in my jury, part of my jury. If anything happened to me.
Right.
All right, guys. So what do you think about Cynthia and Jonique? Because we need to move forward with these scenes.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for
Love
4
them.
hours.
Cynthia is a hottie. She did.
I love Cynthia. I love Cynthia.
Oh yeah, she make it. She got all of them shaking in their boots. So we thought it was just Morgan. Now Morgan got some real competition for real.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cynthia won me over with the group date she had with the guys. When she was talking, I was like, yes.
But even though they
talking,
they forced her to have a type, even though she said, I don't have a type. We totally got what she was saying.
Right.
Well, but here's my thing though. Here's my thing. You don't have to have a specific physical type, but you do have to have some sort of list or attributes that you expect or that you would want in a person, right? Because you say, oh yeah, nobody's my type. But so this homeless man sitting here that ain't got nothing or whatever, he could be your type? Really? Like, come on. Like, so I think the guys were trying to pull out that substance, and they were probably looking to hear, like, but what type of attributes? Do you want somebody that's educated? Do you want somebody that, is innovative or whatever? It doesn't really have to mean physically, but you have to have something, or there has to be something in a type of person that generally would attract you to them, or whatever.
You right, P.O., for real.
Can I say something? I felt like she was like, that was a lot of pressure for one woman. Like, there was like too many guys asking her, like, you could say anything when a guy, like, you're sitting in front of 6 different guys. It's like, oh, you're my type. You're my type. That was a lot.
Right.
Well,
that's the thing, though.
I didn't take it. She handled it well, like really be saying, but I didn't take it as like it was an actual question. I like a question to get into her inner thinking, thoughts, and to figure out who she is as a person. That question was designed by what's that?
Andre.
It was a pick-me question.
That was designed by him, so he can know who's eliminated or who he needs to focus his time on. That was a very cheap question to ask at that moment. That was a competitive question. And what she did was she handled it with class and grace. So what do you like? You like light skin? You like dark skin? Like they were trying to. That was a pick. You like blue eyes? You like brown eyes? He's trying to.
It got weird. It got weird.
And he's trying to.
Yeah, it did get weird. It did get weird in that part.
He's trying to see. Yeah, he's trying to see if this is somebody to compete for or not.
Right.
Or if she said tall, dark, and handsome, then he knew half of them would be eliminated, and he was in a winning. We know what that was. And Paul, you just sat here and gave us that whole all that dialogue, and it didn't have nothing to do with what was really going on.
I think it needed to be separated, just to say that she was speaking on physical attributes. Of course, she has some type of requirements of things that she prefers, but she was just answering to curly top, with the because you like the guy with the blue shirt or blue eyes, or like he acted like he was 13
He was
years
like,
old.
do you like him dark skin, light skin? I'm like, that was real pick me.
But if that's
do you like them with edges or without edges?
But sometimes you have to tell. She could have easily put him in his place and be like, yo, like, listen, man, look, settle down. She could have did that.
That's a bad intro.
You think?
Yeah, that'd be a bad way to come in. They would say, "Oh, that lady Cynthia, she got a bad attitude. Standoffish. She's not transparent. Or she's not open. She's combative." That's what it would have turned into if she went there. She played it perfectly.
I think so. Yeah, you probably right about that.
And let me say this: I like Jonique, and I think Jonique handled that situation well. She was a little aggressive, but I'm okay with that too. But I'm gonna say this as the resident big girl on this panel, I'm sick of them finding one thick girl, and that's it. We have multiple men in multiple sizes and shapes, but every year they got one big. Well, she's not a big girl; she's just thick. But they'll have one girl that's a little bit bigger than the rest of the ladies, or the frame is a little bit bigger than the rest of the ladies, and she's beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like she's just one. But on the guy side, we always have different shapes, different sizes, and it's multiple sizes, and it was always just one. And I'm sick of it. It just puts a target on her back from the beginning.
But you know what? I think maybe the ones that are signing up for this ain't passing that background check.
I doubt it.
Really? All the big girls ain't passing the background check, Paul? All of them. All of us, we just got
records that unpassed these background checks, buddy.
Right. All of us.
We were on seasons with some of them.
Okay.
But let's circle back. Really, B, did you call that lady aggressive? Did you say that?
She was a little aggressive.
Johnny?
And listen.
We can't call black women aggressive.
Don't say the black women aggressive. Yes, you can. It's a word and it means things. It has a definition, and if it is appropriate, then it works for me.
Right.
I'm 100% with you, but that's what the a lot of people put out there. And exactly, you can look up the word aggressive, and aggressive comes straight across the screen, whether it's woman or man, and they can be labeled that, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought she was sassy. I liked it. She knew what she want, like, and she was just sassy about it. I mean, it was confident and sassy.
I can go with sassy. I can go with that.
Sassy.
Those baby hairs was aggressive.
I can't. I can't.
See, now you went. See, now you didn't. Now you done done it.
Like, I mean, look, I was looking. I didn't know I was looking at her eyebrow or the baby hair.
What he said? What he said?
Oh, you can't hear me, Stacey B. Let me turn my mic up one time. I said her baby hairs were quite aggressive. They looked like they were her eyebrows. They got pretty aggressive. I thought we was gonna leave that in the 2022, but I guess we bring it in the 2023.
And see, this goes back. Really be. This goes back to what you were just talking about. It be the men folks, some of the men folk that are more stringent on physical attributes and characteristics, and less accepting of a lot of variety. So you wonder why we don't have like thicker women. Like, I don't think she's like what people would say big or anything. I just thought she was body.
She definitely is.
I thought too.
No, she body yaddy. She's beautiful, or but
I was like,
okay, it just always seems like there's one woman that's a little bit, and in some past seasons they've been bigger than what Jonique is. But I'm just saying, it always seems like it's just one, and it just, I'm like, that's not. I don't know. Again,
I agree with you.
As a resident big girl, I'm just gonna shout it out, but we can move on. It ain't that deep.
Well, I want to say one thing to it, because I said that in my review. I said that it's normally, let's say, for women to be thicker in this generation. So why is it only just like one? Because there are way more women out there. I guess, I don't know if they're shooting it for the Miami look or the woman with the BBL. I don't know.
They do it on every season. It's not just Miami. They do it every season.
I don't know. Yeah. Sharice, you got something to say? I saw your finger. I don't want to overtalk y'all.
Where am I?
Miami.
Women tend to be a little thicker here. Thick is in here. And also, like, being in shape is definitely in here. So all shapes and sizes.
Like lifting weights and stuff, you mean? Like just working out?
Yeah, working out. Everybody walks around in the daytime in their workout clothes and they show off their abs. And, everybody brags about going to the gym.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
What you laughing at?
No ad libs, P.O. You like, all right, real quick, guys, because we're like kind of jumping all around. So let me go ahead and read the notes real quick. Because we're skipping. So this is like number 6 and we were still on number 2. Okay, so the men meet up for a group date. Cynthia is the first to enter. She says that she sees Andre with his mischievous eyes and that he was coming for her. The men start to grill her. She says that she wants someone that's going to be honest. Hold on, let me so we can see our faces. Sorry about that. She wants someone that is going to be honest with her. They ask her what's her deal breakers. She says that she does not want a cheater. She does not want someone that's going to be disrespectful, and that she does not want someone that's not responsible. Tony asked her, is there anyone there who is her type? She says everyone is her type, but she does go on to explain what she meant by it. Then she does discuss the physical attributes in which she is interested in a man. Like, she's like, I prefer this, I prefer that, tall, etc. So she does explain that. Real quick, Jonique enters the scene and she feels like the group has already been vibing before she got there. Then immediately they start to ask her questions, what her type is. Jonique says that she doesn't mind dating an ugly man. She doesn't need anyone to look better than her, and she doesn't need all the women looking at her man. And she does describe the type of man that she's interested in as well. All right. So going back up, we have Mark Anthony. I be wanting to say Mark Anthony. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Mark Anthony. And Corvea, they sit and talk. She asked him, how do you feel? Oh, how do you feel about you spoiling a woman or spoiling a woman in your life? He replies with, I give to you what you earn. She responds with, you're scaring me. And she says, so I have to prove my worth to you to be spoiled. And he's like, on his green screen, he says that spoiling is not a good thing. And it gives off a red flag about Corvea, and that it's giving gold diggerish from her. So Corvea and Mark Anthony and their date. What do you feel about that and what she says about that, him saying she's getting gold digger vibes? I know y'all. I know J Dub. You want to start? I know you have something to say.
Yeah, I'm busting at the seams, but no, I'm gonna wait because I usually have the unpopular, cynical opinion, so I'm gonna give people a chance and then I'm gonna get in there.
All right.
Well, let me dive right on
No,
in.
you need to go because we don't know if you changing your opinion. I want to hear what you gotta say.
Oh, excuse me, Sabrina 3.0. I definitely don't duck and hide, since you running the show. So I'm gonna go first. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Ooh. Let me take the time. Now, I'm gonna say this is just like Blake. Corvea has, to me, shown who she was. I thought she was gonna be a fan favorite. I thought she was just nice and sweet, and it does to me. I share the sentiment just like Mark Anthony. I feel like it's a gold diggerish vibe because I like Fabrice, instead of sex being at the forefront, it's about like talking about material things off the jump. Now, granted, I'm definitely not talking about Linda not living in his own place. She has every right to feel that way or want that requirement, but it was all about the way she says it. And in this conversation with Mark Anthony, it almost comes off entitled because to some men or most men, to say like, oh well, you need to spoil me and I don't have to earn anything, or you just supposed to give because I'm a beautiful Afro Latina lady, just because maybe you have some extra money, just you're supposed to give it to me because you're in my presence. That's what it feels like, and that doesn't feel good. I don't owe you anything but to be myself, try to connect with you, and see how we can go. Yeah, if she has standards is fine, but it's all the way you say things and project things. Like I said, it feels gold diggerish. There's nothing wrong with standards.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the best way to start off a very, very superficial relationship, right? Because if you say spoil, right, and I start spoiling, and then I need a return on the investment, right? And then what happens is that just becomes a one-way deal. You're spoiling, and then you're taking, the treasure, or as the pirates used to call it, booty, right? You're taking, you're taking that, and then it's a fair exchange program, and then you really never get nowhere because there's no substance to that. Why should I just show up on the scene and just start spoiling anybody? Like, then if you do one, you got to do them all. Like, what? So why? I mean, what are you missing in life that you feel like this is the way, or this is the appropriate way to date a man and have a serious relationship? Like, what is gone now? I'll just say the flip side to that is maybe what was said was contextual. I don't know, but to me, just straight off the bat, that would just give me a sour stomach, and I'd probably be out. That would be checkout time. I'm ready to go.
So to piggyback on what you said, J-Dub, okay, you said something about her being Latin. So in the Latin culture, that is how it goes. Like, women are used to getting gifts, they're used to getting spoiled. Like, that's how they're raised, that the man takes care of the woman. So that could be a cultural thing for her. I feel like, the show does use these kind of conversations, and they, it brings about conversations like this. I think that on a dating show, it may come off gold diggish, but it's not. If that's her love language, maybe she's just expressing and she wants to know, hey, if you buy gifts, maybe that's going to determine if she's interested in him or not. That could be her love language. But I think they come across gold diggerish if you're on a dating show and you're trying to get to know a guy.
And Sharice, if Corvea put it that way, I could absorb that. So I like the way you put it, because that's a preference. That's a culture or an environment. You can say, hey, you know what? I don't want anything to do with your culture, or I understand exactly where you're coming from. I may not be the right man for you, or you know what? I love showering women with gifts.
Right. Some guys like that, or you might be like, listen, like how he said, it's negotiable. I don't know, you know.
Right. Right. But I think she's been clear. I think she's been clear on what she's saying. I just don't like hearing it because that's not necessarily the politically correct thing to say or the way to say it. But I think she's been clear. She said, listen, I want to, because she said, again, living by herself. She said, in her mind, if you live with somebody, that means you can't afford to live alone. That's what translates in her mind. It doesn't mean it's true, but that's her thought. She said the same thing about the gift. She said, listen, I buy myself nice things. I maintain a certain lifestyle for myself. And so I need to date a man who I feel comfortable can maintain the lifestyle that I have created for myself. Now, some of us might say that is gold digger-ish, but she said, listen, I go out on the yacht once a month. That's what I do. I trust class. I do this, I do that. If that's the lifestyle she's created for herself, and she expects the man that she dates to be able to provide that, she's just being clear and up front and saying, this is what I'm looking for. And maybe it's the place for me to find the love I'm looking for. But this is the type of man, and I don't know if that's necessarily gold diggerish as it is. This is the life I've created for myself, and this is what I want. I don't know. I didn't take it as gold digger.
But I just think that's a bad lead. That's a bad lead, though, to come from the door and tell somebody in your first conversation that you about to have to spoil me and give me everything I want.
I don't know you, lady.
Well,
but again,
what about men who say want not unlimited sex? Spoil me and buy me stuff. You guys will get hot. You know, we'll get offended if you say something about sex, but then when we say something about money, you guys get offended.
You see what I just said at the very beginning? It's going to be a trade-off of a trade-off.
Transaction.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So here's my take on it. My take is that I don't see anything wrong with what she's conveying, right? She's saying what she likes, whatever. I think I had to go back and look at her age, and I think that probably it's just coming off to us because, you know, this is a serious dating show, as maybe like a little immature how she's presenting it, but it's nothing wrong with her having her standards for herself. We all got standards for ourselves. It's like for me, as I watch her, I'll be like, well, I'm proud of her for standing on her views and standing in it and going hard for it. But then it's how it comes out sometimes where I'll be like, sis, you know, like we probably could have phrased that better. But then again, you know, I agree. Like somebody like me, I have kids, you know, I've worked hard to get to where I am. I'm not about to meet somebody that's going to take me under and where I'm doing worse off with you than what I do by myself. I'm not about to do that. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
She was like, I'm not going to go back.
Let me
P.O., let me get in there for you. You didn't took everybody's turn. Let me get one in. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no.
Real quick, I'm going to steal it. Everybody's pretty much saying the same thing, meaning like they can say, oh, we understand what she's saying, but delivery. So you have to address that delivery part because we can't get away with saying, oh, this is just the way I am. This is just the way
I feel. I address it.
Excuse me, Stacey B. If I say, Stacey, I'm taking you out on Saturday, it is different from saying, I would like to take you out on Saturday. It's two different ways.
I would decline both of them.
Yeah. Well,
and I know all about delivery, brother.
Oh yeah, that's PO exactly. So yeah,
once again,
we can't get away from that. Regardless of how old she is, whatever culture she has or what she's used to, she needs to present that in a way that's conducive with this show. You know, because there's plenty of ballers in Miami. She shouldn't need to be on this show. She on the yacht.
She gotta find another way to find out if he got some money. Period.
Yeah.
But he might already be that guy. He might already be the spoiling type. And it's just kind of like, you know, It's just like if a woman,
you wanted to finesse it, yo. You need to be.
I mean,
Yeah.
to get your
you have to be tactical about it. You know, you can't just be like, okay, yeah, give me the wallet or whatever, because it's like, well, damn, that's it?
Right.
I mean, I would have done this anyway, but since you had put it like that, I don't want to do it at all now.
It's not what you say, but how you say it.
Right.
It just starts to feel a little like transactional, you know?
Right.
Like, I get it, I understand, and I know that once you've built yourself up to a certain standard, like, you don't want to go back because you know what that feels like. Do you know what I mean? And there may be a dude that would be like, you know what, shoes, trips, that's nothing. You know what I mean? I'll give you that. But what comes after that? Where's the substance that comes after that that's going to keep you there?
You
get what I mean? Like, I don't think we're seeing that.
It's called WAP.
You know what I mean? No, I feel
and no, honestly, it is the delivery. And sometimes, like, we don't always have to say everything that we like, that we want or that we require. I think like the right man for you will know you and understand you, will get to know you and know you, and he will naturally want to be that protector and that provider. And he will naturally treat you like the queen that you are. So, you know, I wholeheartedly believe that. So I know both the men and the women.
Yeah, I know dudes that aren't against that. You know, having a housewife, right? I take care of you, you take care of all this. Easy. That's how we work. This is exactly what I need you for. But then, like, I also feel like there's dudes that will come off the same way, but we won't necessarily say it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain standard of a woman that we want, and we won't go below that no matter what. But we probably just won't say that out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody's on the same page for real.
Care yourself as a woman. If you're a good man, you don't have to ask him for anything. If he loves you, you know, you don't. A woman who has her own should never have to ask for anything.
Right.
And when
you don't have to.
You have to just be around a man and see. Like, I know I have a lifestyle that may be intimidating. There's a lot of things that I do that I can do with my friends that I know some guys may not want to do. They may not want to go lay out and tan all day, have brunch, and be on a yacht and all this and that. But I can afford to do that, you know? So it's about if you're looking for a sugar daddy. No, let me stop.
Thank you, Sharice. It's coming out. Absolutely. Yes, a sugar daddy vibe. Transactional. It might borderline escort if we're gonna get for real.
Dating show right away. You don't want to be talking about gifts and stuff right away. Now let's you put it like a love language type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now she mentioned gifts was her love
now, that's
language.
What I'm saying. Like, I agree. Yeah, I agree. She probably shouldn't have led with that. But I'm just saying, I feel like she was just, you know. But I agree. She probably shouldn't have led with it, you know.
Horrible lead.
Yeah.
PO knows terrible delivery.
Hey, before we move on, earlier, like a few moments ago, I had seen in the chat Valencia had made a comment that said, "Can we talk about Jeffrey calling that lady thirsty?" I missed that.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
That's next. That's next.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. I just saw somebody say it in the comments.
You told the people.
Okay. I'm like, how did I miss that?
Yeah,
no, me
it's
too. I probably missed that too. You guys set that up for me.
Yeah, that's so we're on number 3. So number 4 is Andre and Jeffrey meet up. He tells her, remember, okay, so we're gonna get to that. But before that, Jonique sits down and talks with Brett, DeMario, and Z. Z mentions that she was almost sent home. DeMario starts to say pretty much that it is awkward talking to her now since she was almost eliminated, that it was negative and it's affecting the way that she is communicating with everyone. Then Z goes and talks to Andre and Tony and Blue, and she talks about her elimination again. So she's kind of going around the room, and all the guys are pretty much like not feeling her because she keeps bringing up that she was eliminated. She's asking the guys like, well, like, what did y'all say? Like, why did y'all have me on the chopping block? And Tony's pretty much like, look, we ain't going to be going back and forth, and we're not going to be discussing who said what, etc. So it just really seems like she's in her feelings, and it's rubbing the guys the wrong way. Anyone want to say anything about that scene?
Yeah, a lot of information.
Yeah. That's
I'm-
how you make your bed on that show.
Well,
I
don't
mean, you
think
want to talk about self-destruct? That was too much. She was asking everybody about, and I want to know who voted against me. Girl, we should have seen her go home last week and see what Natasha could do today on this episode. Like, that was too much. Like, you literally filled so if you're talking about an almost elimination, people are going to perceive that as negative. And if I were a guy and I see a girl, you know, that I'm potentially dating, dwelling on something in the past, continually, obsessively dwelling on it, I would be like, red flag and run for the hills.
Yeah, she was interrogating him. I mean, it got bad, real bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think I was getting ready to say Tasia on our season. I know the guys had mentioned that because she kind of went to the brunch and was like, so y'all put me on the bottom. And it was a whole scene, I think, that they showed as well on our season with Tasia doing that with the guys. But
I think it's one every season.
Yeah, I think it comes up all the time.
It has an issue. Yep.
Maybe they tell them to ask. Maybe, you know, I mean, I don't know. They didn't tell me to do it. I wasn't never in that position. But maybe they go to those people and say, why don't you go up to the guys and ask them, like, why did they put you on the bottom? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Because at the end of the day, the show is not scripted. The show is not scripted, but it is produced. So, and that's something that we need to keep in mind as well. So,
yeah, Z was at Rashid and Simone engagement party.
No, she said.
Yeah, she said at the party.
She was there. Tell you what she said. She said that.
I didn't see her.
She was on their podcast.
No, troublemaker.
She was on the podcast.
J-Dub giving bad information. He's always giving malinformation. I gotta clear it up.
She done had like 4 interviews already.
Who was
right? Yeah, she's done a lot of interviews already. But she said production told her to ask. But my thing is, even if production told you to ask, they ain't tell you to go around and roll every daggone body. Like, girl.
And let me say this too. And I, oh God, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Say it.
I'll say channel.
I'm gonna say it from my point of view. When they told me, they were like, Sabrina, go over there and interrupt Walter and such. They're talking. I was like, what? I was like, interrupt. I was like, I don't do that. So all I'm saying is that.
Oh, you did it.
She could have said no.
Yeah, you can say no. Like they can't do anything. It's up to you.
You can definitely say no.
Yeah,
Sabrina didn't say no.
We've all turned down some asks. I'm sure we've all the ones that was on the show here done turned down a couple asks.
But too, like there's a way you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sabrina, do you wish you turned that ask down? Meaning at the piano with Walter and Stay Right, you know, like you went over there and interrupted.
I didn't interrupt anything.
You got interrupted. Okay, you got interrupted. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't care though. It didn't make me know. I was making the beat with it.
Right,
I was helping them out, and then at watching it back, it was something more than what I thought it was. I was like, oh, this was interesting. I didn't know that's what it was about.
Okay.
But whatever. Anyway. Moving forward, does anyone else have anything to say about Z and her going around the room asking everyone why she was on the bottom?
No, she just confirmed her her position as being on the bottom. She should have went home, and Natasha should have stayed.
I like Z. There was a little.
You like everybody, Ty.
I'm not surprised, Ty.
That's all.
Yeah, Ty likes
Ty. I'm sure Ty. She's so your type.
She does kind of favor, but
the earthy Erykah Badu type something.
No, moving on, right?
So
moving on, right?
All right, we have Andre and Jeffrey.
See, Ty, if you had you and me, you'll be married already.
Wow. Ty's like mute. I can't say it. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Andre and Jeffrey meet up, and he tells her pretty much, he was like, I just need you to remember this quote. And I put quote.
Oh my God.
When I am with you, I am not seeing anybody else but you. I don't think he said but you, but he says anybody else. I will give you that one-on-one attention. End quote. Then Cynthia shows up.
2 seconds later, the true test. And he failed.
I was like,
he
you know that
failed.
meme with Kermit the Frog? that meme with Kermit the Frog and he looking like that's all I could think of. Like, what? Yeah, so what he just said meant absolutely nothing, and it was right in our face. And I thought that was freaking hilarious. Andre says, because of course she enters and she's like, yo, what are y'all doing? Am I interrupting? Jeffrey was like, oh no, girl. Andre says that, that energies attract. Then Jeffrey mentions on the green screen that women are thirsty there. She says that if Andre is her guy, I'm sorry, and they end up together, that she will pretty much let him do his thing. It doesn't matter. They're going to be together. Jeffrey leaves the scene, and then Cynthia and Andre have a small one-on-one, and he tells her that he is dying for love.
Yeah. The cornball Andre. I mean, the ladies see it for him too. And I don't get it. But I didn't find anything wrong with what Jeffrey said, with the exception of the thirsty part. She's right. If your match is there, he's going to be there. You're going to connect no matter who he interacts with.
That's right.
That thirsty, it just showed up on some, like some insecurity stuff, and she wasn't the only one.
Bitter.
So
yeah, she was a little insecure.
I started some new projects where I do some editing on the side, so I'm at a whole new level when it comes to these videos now. And Jeffrey gonna get her a man this season.
Okay,
she gonna get her a man. The things that I be seeing and hearing when I'm doing the editing, she gonna get her a man. The other thing is the way that Danielle looks at Andre. I don't know if she's still trying to.
That's a great question. Who's Danielle?
My bad. Did I get her name wrong?
Cynthia.
Green. Cynthia, my bad.
Cynthia.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, is somebody else I missed?
Yeah, the way Cynthia looks at Andre, and I don't know if she's trying to figure him out or if she likes him, but it's an extra glance, it's an extra gaze there that I haven't figured out yet. But it's there.
I'm telling y'all be talking about his little curl, and Andre got it. He cute to me.
Yeah, you probably cute to him too.
Personality. He's very charming.
You cute to him too until somebody else show up.
Just like that.
Huh? And guess what? And when somebody else show up, I won't be saying they thirsty. Cause I don't dog other women like that.
Yeah.
Leave it to other women. Y'all service there, none. I'm like an animal.
Yeah.
I just did Z's journey, so got a little attached. That's all.
You got too invested. Z,
you so in love. Oh.
Z's gone.
No, I started doing everyone.
This is how he's subtly shooting his shot. Look, this Ty subtly shooting his shot.
I'm not. No,
She gonna watch Sabrina. She gonna be a guest on here next week, and guess what? I'm gonna be right there backstage when the camera go off, just eating it up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like I did, like on my channel, I do everyone's like journey, and Z's was my last one, and she had a lot more footage than the first two people, and I was like, oh, like, she has some potential. That's all.
Potential for what?
There was something there that the guy, wasn't seeing in her. That's all.
What did you see in her with your editing?
I saw there was just a little bit of awkwardness. She seemed a little apprehensive and nervous. And then Blake wasn't helping. Do you know what I mean? Like if there was another dude that was a little bit more inviting, I feel like we could have saw a different side of see.
I want Z to see this just in case.
So Ty, how do you see?
I love you, Ty.
How do you see her? What type of title?
He sees her as mesmerizing, darling. She's mesmerizing.
No, stop acting like that.
No, Ty will shoot his shot, and Ty will
uncross those arms. Uncross those arms, young man.
And Ty will classify you. If you put enough pressure on Ty, he'll say, Z could be my fiance. Sabrina could be his lady. And, Ty's not shy. He will let you know where it's at. He's very intentional. Very intentional. And again, hats off to Ty. He shot his shot on national TV at the reunion at Tanika Ray. It was a very long shot, but he shot it with confidence, and I respect that.
It's not what I was saying, but moving on.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Z girl, go check your requested messages on Instagram.
Oh my god!
Your message request.
He definitely got the Instagram.
He probably done slid in your DM, sis. Go look at the message request because it ain't come to the normal inbox unless y'all already friends.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right. So real quick, Fabrice is introduced into the scene, and it's these are very quick scenes, but I just wanted to get a little bit of notes on it and wanted to see if you guys wanted to talk about it. Fabrice is introduced into the scene with Corvea and Marcia. He speaks about his background, about him being Haitian, about pretty much everything. And you see him riding on the bicycle when they're doing his background package. And he states that sex is very important to him. Then he does speak to Jeffrey and they talk about having matching tattoos on their backs. Jeffrey says, I have a Japanese one on my back. He's like, I have a tattoo on my back. And he says, hopefully one day I can show you my tattoo. And she's like, oh my God, on your back? Well, hopefully I can show you my tattoo. So
not the super spiritual lady. She didn't say that, did she?
But I didn't know if anybody wanted to speak about his introduction and what he said about his background or stating that
we didn't already talk about.
Yeah, well,
we didn't talk about the dirty old man.
Yeah, I'll chime in and say this.
You see something good in him, huh?
I don't see nothing good.
It's early. It's still early, Paul.
It's still early.
No, I'm not about to do that. All I'm saying is that, like, I think that he's using his background, where he's from, where he's been, as an obstacle to loop these women. And they're falling right into it. They're falling into it because they're giving him a pass based off of his nationality, right? And then, some of the things that he's experienced in the world. And they're like, oh, well, it's acceptable for him, but, the next door neighbor better not try to pull that. You know what I mean? Right.
Well, I think the ladies most of them are quite repelled by his freaky talk.
You got two. You only
he got two. He got Sue-Ann. She about to turn 40. So, and we got Mercedes. She likes. Right. She must wants to go to Paris. I think actually Fabrice might actually he could team up with Corvea. He say, hey, I got that Paris money. I'm gonna take you to Paris on the yacht and all that. And I think it'll work. And we already know what he wants, and she know what she got to pay for for them gifts that she wants. I think it'll work.
Him and Corvea or Jeffrey?
No, Jeffrey throws mixed signals. Even people in the comments.
No, I don't think Jeffrey's with that.
Well, everybody said that she's not, but she did say, hopefully I can show you the tattoo on my back. That doesn't sound like somebody who's repulsed or who's not into the the back and forth.
She was
flirting.
Being sarcastic. Oh my God.
Oh, well, it could have been taken the wrong way. I mean, I think just laugh it off or something. I thought you would want to see my back or whatever. Okay.
Right.
I could
And then
have
just
got that wrong.
and this is I'm just gonna make a blanket statement. This is gonna be the word to the unwise man, right? Don't ever use the tickle pickle phrase ever. Like, just don't ever do it.
Do it.
Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
get
never.
you
I read
anything,
that
like,
book. It's a
right.
book.
Yeah. We don't need pickles tickled.
Leave it, P.O. Leave it alone.
Coming from the pickle man himself. Can I
I'm
have
about to
some
say
pickles?
P.O. has some one-liners, so you know I
hate
definitely
pickles.
P.O. mad because he didn't say tickle my pickle on his
No,
season.
listen.
When he was
Didn't you
trying to eat
feed
that lady
somebody a
pickle.
Listen.
pickle? P.O.
He
Nah,
didn't
you
was trying to
trying-
eat all her pickles.
Yeah, I fed the pickle, but I hate pickles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
I hate them.
Oh gosh.
So,
Well,
yeah.
since we're already there, let's go ahead and discuss it. Number 8, we're gonna skip a little bit. There's a group date with the women in Mark Anthony. The women want to know, have they dated outside of their race? Mark Anthony says yes, but he prefers Black women. Mark Anthony says that he dates all women from all races, but not Mark Anthony. Fabrice says he dates women from all races, but he needs someone that's going to fill pretty much his sexual appetite. He says that he brings up sex a lot. He brings it up all the time because it allows him to know exactly where the woman's head is. They want to know. Yeah.
You should have brought that to the wedding.
They want to know like what they are immediately attracted to. He says that pretty much it's a package deal. It's not something that's just one thing he's attracted to. He likes the package deal. One thing alone is not going to be enough to tickle his pickle, and he needs to find the middle. And then, of course, Mark Anthony, he goes in to say that he's studying to be pilot, and he hits it off with Mercedes, who is a flight attendant in this scene.
All right.
Thank you.
So here's the one discrepancy that I have with Mark Anthony, right? Because he said he flies planes and whatever, and he's and he's into that world, so he can relate to Mercedes as a flight attendant. But then at the same time, he said he was studying for his pilot license, right? So you're not flying commercial planes or whatever for you to even have a understanding of a flight attendant, right? That's number one. Number two, why does his whole job title say something else? I'm lost.
He don't want it to say student pilot.
But he still has a full-time job. Like, let's not talk about, listen, every season they are very creative with these job titles. Some of y'all's job titles changed mid-season. It started off as one thing, and by the end of the season, it was something else. So we ain't even going to nitpick the job title.
P.O. no, his job title changed too.
Okay.
P.O. though. I was like, damn, P.O. got a job in the middle of the season. He got a new.
Then they be coming up with titles ain't nobody ever heard of before. Like, we ain't doing that.
Child. Who was it that was a club promoter and they were, what was their job title? I was like, wait a minute.
Event planner.
Was it even? No, it was something more prestige. Like it was real, like
Wedding planner. Sorry.
Probably they probably had him as a PR firm
something.
CEO.
No, it was something like that, like private event planner. It was something like that.
The guy who did the shake drink Frank. I think it was him.
Or when they call a person a life.
Not him. I think it was the one that went first. The one that
no,
was before.
It was Carrington. It was Carrington.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, Carrington.
Yeah.
Remember they said he was like.
Oh my gosh.
He wasn't on the show that long.
No, he was like the second one to get because I think Lamont was the first one he got eliminated at the mansion, and I think the second one was Carrington.
Yeah. It was something. It was something that went down with Carrington. He had rubbed somebody wrong or said something crazy on one of the dates, right? It was something
It was me.
weird.
It was me.
It was you?
Yeah.
That was your season?
Yes.
You want to take us back down memory lane?
No.
I couldn't picture y'all in
No.
the, I couldn't picture y'all in the same room together.
Me either.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I
I thought it was the other
conversation-
girl.
What did that conversation look
to
like?
see her.
Oh my gosh, let me go back and watch it again.
So
The one that went on IG. I forgot her name. The guy
so
who
let me
fooled
just
her.
say, so let me just say that me and Carrington are cool. I think he's a great guy. You know what I mean? Like Carrington is cool.
Go out a little bit.
This was just no, we've never gone out. We don't like, we'll be like happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Mother's Day, and usually that's about the most of it. And other than that, I don't talk to him outside of that. But I will say that when we were on the show and he and I were talking back and forth to each other, he and I were having a conversation and he was like, and we were vibing on each other and it was great. We were talking and then all of a sudden I was like, look, I was like, we need to have this discussion. I was like, you know, I'm 47 years old. I think I was 46 at the time or 45. I was like, I'm 46. I was like, you're like 33 or something crazy like that. Like he was way younger than me. And I was like, I just need to know, like, how is that gonna, like, do you like, have you ever dated older women? Like, is that what you like? Is this just for show? Like, I just need to know like what's good. And he went on me. He was like, I'm not gonna keep telling you, look, if you're not trying to like we don't gotta talk. I ain't gonna keep having to remind you. And I was like,
he said that on camera, didn't he?
No, this was on the phone. Like we were on the phone one night and he like went on me and I had to like be like, who is he talking to like that? And that's one thing that I don't like is for somebody to talk to me like, you know, I'm beneath them or I'm little than, or I'm like they, you know what I mean? Like that's like borderline verbal abuse a little bit. Like it made me feel a type of way. So I told the ladies at the women's lounge, and when I said that, they was like, oh yeah, it's a no for me. But after I said that and the show aired, he was pretty much like, Sabrina lying. Like that's not how I went, whatever, which rubbed me the wrong way. But like I said, you know, moving forward, you know, we're cool.
I'm trying to figure out how you could be cool after all that.
I remember it was some foolishness. I'm trying to figure out who they talking about. I
don't gotta deal with him. You're not my man. I don't gotta deal with him. Like,
but that's awful energy. Wait. Let's let Stacy speak. Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out who on my season was an engineer.
What?
It was
somebody
you.
said it in the comments. No, I have a real job.
Listen, let me tell you something. They come up with the most creative names, and then as the season go on, you be like, "Oh, wait a minute!" And again, it's no disrespect because whatever people do to earn an honest living, I'm here for it. But you'll be listening like, "Wait a minute," because I write my notes. Because when they used to do the casting specials, I would write it in my notes. So then you go back after like 4 or 5 episodes, you go back and be like, "Wait a minute, they said that this person was a biomedical technical CEO of a private firm or some shit," and you be like, "I'm sorry," or something. And then you be like, "But they work at Wegmans," you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's why Wegmans prices is that high though. They paying that money.
They deliver.
But was he the one? Wasn't it also? Was he the one on the season who, like, at first didn't tell anybody he had kids, and then it was another date, and the ladies learned he had kids, and they were like, "Well, why you never told us we had?" Was that it, or am I just?
Yeah, that was him. With the dangling earring. That was him. That was him. Yeah, that was him.
Look,
but hold up, Stacey. Hold up. I got to get this to bring. Hold up. Sabrina, how in the world, after the man was verbally abusive, you know, because everything is politically correct. Yes, when a man's talking to you like that, he's verbally abusing you. He's having outbursts with different women in the cast. He never apologized but took accountability for it. How is he I'm not gonna say he's a good or bad person, but how could you be cool with him even though he's not your man and you never dated?
Because he's not someone that's in my inner circle. So if it was someone that was in my inner circle, I would have to make a decision. Do I want this person in my inner circle? I just mean, if I saw him out, I would be cordial with him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to lay beside him. I don't have to talk to him on a regular basis. We don't have anything that's keeping us connected where I have to deal with him on a regular basis. You see what I mean? And if I did, I would have to pick and choose if I could or if I decided to or not. And I would decide not to, especially with how he talks to me. You know, we all have a choice to decide at the end of the day. And I choose to remain cordial. Like, I don't have no hard feelings. I don't owe him anything. He doesn't owe me anything. Maybe he was having a bad day. I try not to judge people from one interaction, but all I know is I was on a dating show and I was looking to date someone, and I'm not trying to date anyone that's going to talk to me like that. So that's why I said I put him on the bottom, period. Other than that, I don't got no problems with you. I hug it up, dap it up, whatever. But other than that, we not in a position. When am I going to ever be in a situation now where he's going to have to talk to me like that? It's never going to happen again. So what's the point?
When he get that Thanksgiving text and you send it at 6 o'clock and he's like, oh, you can't send me a Thanksgiving text before 3 o'clock. Sure. You know, you get that kind of thing. You know, he's giving that kind of energy. It wasn't just you; it was other people too. So I mean, I'm just saying that's what you leave yourself open to. Yeah, I mean, because I think I'm big on respect, so that's kind of triggering to hear. It really is and it's not. But like when people act like that and they show you, I just like, I'm gonna get away from you.
Yeah.
What's search for that trigger though? We had already moved on. J-Dub was like, no,
Sabrina,
I need a trigger in my life.
No. I mean, but I could tell when Sabrina, she felt like she didn't deserve to be talked to like that.
Absolutely.
Nobody
should be talked
to. She felt passionately about that. So I'm thinking, how do you continue on or even open yourself up to have that kind of interaction again? That's all I was asking.
But that interaction is so minute to me. And I feel like with our type of friendship association that we have, we'll never be in that position again to even have that type of aggressive conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't talk to this guy. I'm not friends with him. I'm not, and so it's like, why so? And plus, I'm just not that type of person. Like, I love everyone. You know what I mean? You have to really do something dirty and messed up for me to be like cut off all communication, so I don't have no grudges and stuff like that. Life is too short for me not to be. It takes more energy for me not to speak than it will for me to just be like, happy Thanksgiving, hello, how you been, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't live that lifestyle.
Yeah, I totally get that, because you do come from a different perspective. Everybody in the chat, if you have not seen Sabrina's video on the time the guy went to sleep when it was time to bring the check, and that's where I know where Sabrina's coming from. I'm gonna call her Sabrina the Saint. Check that's a great video. It's very entertaining. Please check it out. Go back in the archive. All right,
you're going way.
Yeah, we're going way back.
Oh my God, I don't even know where we are anymore. Oh, okay. So
we were at job title.
Yeah, so
we're
the
talking
women,
about Andre.
I thought we were talking about because we did skip a couple of things because we y'all know once we get to talking. So I just went to the group date with the women.
I thought we were at the one-on-one date.
I blame J-Dub.
Because
I'm gonna take that.
About how is he a pilot when his job title says something else, and how you gonna wine and dine and that's your life if you don't have your license yet. That's how we got started on this tangent.
Yeah, he got his learners.
Right.
We
were finishing up the group date though.
It was me.
Yeah, because
we were getting ready to get to the one-on-one date. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this actually happened before the group date with the women and Mark Anthony and Fabrice.
I don't even recall this moment.
You don't?
He asked for this, right? He requested this date.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, because okay, so in my notes, of course, it says that
oh yeah, Mark Anthony. I was calling him Andre, but I meant Mark Anthony.
Is who I was referring
Yeah.
to.
So Tony and Marcia meet on a one-on-one date, and then Blake and Z actually meet for a date. And right here, we do have Marcia sitting down with Tony. Marcia tells Tony that she was a problem child, that she got kicked out of 3 elementary schools, but she had a lot of people that poured into her. And then she does tell her story about that. Tony then asks, could he pray over the food? He says, holding her hand and praying together, it felt so right and comfortable. It felt good to him. He says that he is in this pretty much for real. And Marcia would like to know more about Tony and seeing where it's going to go. And she first saw him as a player, but not so much anymore. And she's pretty much about to be invested in him.
Damn, bro.
And go. Well, and nobody saying I'm gonna jump in there. Yeah, people were like really touched by this moment. They were loving the energy, and it's like, oh, these two are great. And Sabrina, when you said Anthony, they switch his name up. Sometimes they call him Anthony, sometimes they say Tony. Meaning like it's Prentice.
I know it's so confusing.
Yeah, but even before I saw the blow up like him between him and Lyndon, it's something to me that's unauthentic about Tony or Anthony, whoever this guy is.
Tony.
Okay. It's something. Yeah, it's something I don't trust about him. You know, is the way he comes off like he's hiding.
He was from New York.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think.
Sharice, remember? Yeah, I ain't even want to go so hard on my bias. I'm gonna let it fly. Yeah, some of the New York people can be grimy, and I think he fits that bill perfectly. He's got 2 faces.
You say he was a slick New York dude.
Yeah, he snake.
Yeah, he's
I do remember this. This was.
I think he's going. Yeah, I think he's just going to do whatever he needs to do to hang in there.
Yeah, this was a good date. I remember it now.
I
really liked she was sharing her story. You were sharing your story, and this is like I felt like it was powerful because like sometimes like your demographics, like or your environment. You know, you could be seen as like a problem child and people would give up on you or whatever. But I love like this Black woman to see her like blossom and grow. And she explained like why she has patience because she was one of them who, you know, was kind of like off track a little bit. I loved it.
I like the way he
and
played.
I do.
That's a part of his game.
Right, I know. Because
okay, at least you know.
They all tried it, and I said, no, it's okay. We don't have to pray on national television. It's all right. It's okay.
That always rubs me wrong, though. Like when people try to manipulate you, and I'm not saying I don't know enough about Anthony/Tony enough to make this statement about him. So I'm not directing this to him, but just generally speaking, like that, just me, it would have rubbed me wrong because I don't like when people manipulate your relationship with God or whoever you believe in. I don't like when people try to use that to tug on your heartstrings. Like we've seen that in seasons before, like that one guy who did that, and it always rubs me wrong. It always rubs me wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of self-righteous or like, you know, we don't really have to do this now. We don't have a stat. Like I don't even know you like that. We don't have to pray over this. This is casual.
Right. Well, it's almost like it was a memo sent out to some people. It's like, listen, there's gonna be at least one God-fearing woman on the show, so make sure every meal you're praying, or you just if it's too quiet, bust out and pray.
She's a heat. So she's a heat or not.
I'm shocked, Stacy, because normally you say I'll give him a try. You know, you come from that standpoint. So you even see through phony Tony, as somebody said in the chat. You even see
we were saying in general. We weren't talking about him per se. We were saying like when a man does that or a person does that in general.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens further back. It'll put you further back with me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
Right.
So do you think, because remember he was like that with Morgan, that's how they actually made a connection when they sat and talked. They were talking about their religion.
But see,
I mean, he might be a spiritual dude.
He might be, but I'm just saying, like, y'all know I'm a Virgo. Y'all know I be Virgoing sometimes. And I'm always cognizant of when someone asks me questions first and I give information about myself, and then your responses about yourself is basically like rephrasing or shaping your answers around what I just said. I'm going to pick up on that. So, like, I go to church every Sunday. Oh, well, I'm a God-fearing man, like that. I'm going to pick up on that.
Right. I don't like all that either. I don't like that. It'll show whoever you are. I don't like the proclaiming you're a God-fearing man.
Well, that's. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Well, I'm about to say that's why they tell a lot of people or women in general don't really state what you truly want. Let the guy show you who he is, because yes, some will. The manipulative ones will play into what he's saying. Like, oh, I need someone kind. Like, oh, how are you? I need a gentleman. He'll try to be a gentleman.
You say you want to get married, he'll pretend like he wants to get married.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you say you want kids. He was just on a date. He was just on a date saying he didn't want no more kids, but now he's with you and you say you want kids and he's open to having more kids. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Only 87%.
Get married. Never to get married in his life.
And y'all love him. And y'all describing Blake.
I tell him nothing. I'd be like, I have a dog. You want kids?
I have a dog. Oh my gosh, I always wanted to open a kennel.
Right.
You want to get married? Possibly. I don't know.
Gosh, I know the perfect reception place. I want a destination wedding. Really? I've always wanted to have a Jamaica wedding.
Well, I hope this doesn't come off offensive, but I thought some of you ladies went for that. Like, and I can see that y'all read through all of that. Like, when a lot of times men do that. I mean, I'm sure y'all heard it all.
I heard it all before, but I've learned just to listen, like you said, because men are real simple. They'll tell you. You just gotta listen. You gotta listen.
They're gonna tell you on a first date exactly who they are.
Isn't that called gaslighting?
You just gotta listen. You have to because if you're getting gaslighted, it's only because you're listening to what they want to tell you. Yeah, they gaslight you, but that's if you're falling for it.
That's more like manipulation.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right. Tyrone, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I was just gonna say we adapt into our hunting environment. You know what I mean? If you're gonna let it work, we'll keep doing it.
Absolutely, it's entertainment. Entertain it. If we'll let you entertain it, you're gonna entertain it.
Yep. What about you, Really B?
I agree. I think that women read through men more than men think they do. They just might let y'all get away with it for a while, or they might see where it's gonna go. But we generally can figure it out. And this date, I like the date, but I agree, because when I realized it was a different woman, because I'm still getting to know all the people, I was like, oh wait a minute, did he run that line on somebody else already? So I was like, let me wait and see, because it could be genuine. It could be genuine, so I'm gonna wait and see. But I thought it was a pretty date. But
he is right, like that might be who he really is. Might not be
right, but I gotta wait to see.
Women and I do people. I do know people. I do know. Listen,
I don't usually do this. Yeah, okay.
I do know people, men and women alike, who will midstream stop and pray with you, and it just is never. It's like the timing is never wrong or awkward. It always feels authentic. So, that's why I say that. Like, there's instances of people where it doesn't seem authentic. I think that's what some of y'all are picking up on.
Look, April Gaines. Shout out to April Gaines. That's actually P.O.'s sister. She says it's giving me Coming to America when Eddie Murphy presents. What did she like? I like what you like.
April, would you date Blake? The people want to know.
We're gonna wait on that answer. Yeah,
would you date Blake?
That was a good one, April.
Oh, she's definitely not dating Blake. I can tell you that.
We need to hear from her.
but Blake is PO approved.
We're gonna be like what he said. What he said.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, I don't know. I like Tony.
Ain't that kind of?
I feel like so. I'll say this about Tony, and I said this from the very beginning. Tony is Samson reincarnated at a younger age.
A lot of people are saying he's Samson 2.0. That's what I've been seeing.
Yeah, I said that.
I don't see the comparison at all.
Well, so here's the thing.
I'm gonna say I don't see that.
I'm saying, okay, from a physical perspective, he's like Samson with hair, right? He's like Samson with hair from a physical perspective. Just saying, just building that up, and then they have like sort of the same sort of pleasantries that they have with women, right? So far, from what I've seen, Samson was very,
he wanted to
approachable, he's very approachable, very, easy to kind of, be around or whatever, from what I saw. And, so this guy, Tony, is kind of setting up that comfort zone as well. So, I mean, I don't know if, I don't know if he's got some hidden agenda or whatever, but I'm just saying, from just from the standpoint of personality, I think that's probably like, how we're getting down that path.
What do Paul be watching, man? That's what I want to know.
What were you about to say?
I want to know, what do Paul be watching? What are you seeing that we ain't seeing?
I
mean, listen.
I know them personally. I don't see the comparison at all. Two totally different guys.
Totally. Right, but what I'm saying,
it's like more
and
the other guy is New York City. Like no.
Right.
Sharice, is Tony there with you? I gotta ask. I saw you talking to somebody. Is he there with you?
Now J-Dub, you not sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere.
You play way too much.
Shameless plug, Sabrina. I'm trying to release something, and since we're talking about Tony, I got his face on the thumbnail. I want to see if it works.
No, and I'm not saying nothing about, because no, I agree. I cannot believe that. Now, I said what I said about Tony.
I said I've met him before. I don't know him like.
Oh, okay. No, but in no way do I see Tony as Samson in any shape, fashion.
That's what I said.
It's not even close.
Listen,
the women were in love with Samson and his gift giving. You can see right through that. I mean, from day one. Now like I said, I got my thoughts on Tony, but label him like Samson 2.0. Anybody saying that's a hard reach. Samson is on his own on that one. He's in a whole other category. I'm telling you, and I've seen it. But what's scary is the ladies was eating it up. I mean, they were loving it. They was like, "Oh my goodness, Sharice is so lucky." I mean, they're going to be married tomorrow, and I mean, the ladies was loving it, and that's what scares me. Like the ladies was going for us.
For you.
I'm like,
well, first off, Sharice is biased in this.
What would you say?
Sharice is biased in this because she knows both. She knows Samson and she knows Tony. She met them in the physical, so her whole opinion is flawed as soon as she watches the show because she understands exactly who they are, right?
Well, I don't really know Tony that well. I know him from being on the cast, and I've met him, out.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like if how when I was on the show and Ty and I met, you got two different people, right? You got the show me, and then you got the real me. You understand? And so when you get a chance to meet the real person, it's like I really can't pin that up, so you can't see what they're doing. But for me, I'm watching, and I see the same sort of character slot, I should say, that they're trying to put him into. Yeah. I think that they're trying to.
I'll have to watch that before I even saw him on the show. So and then I met Samson on the show. So it's a little different,
At least Tony trying to get with somebody.
Right. Samson was too. No, Samson wasn't trying to get with him. Samson was trying to be on the show.
But what we saw, what he tried
to career, he wants to be a model or an actor or something.
What he was trying to portray with the gifts
and the next something.
And they was loving it. The ladies was loving
it. He was
it.
already a dummy, and he knew it. He wanted to do everything to impress the people, and I encouraged him to.
But I liked you, Theo. When I met you, I thought you were cool. I thought you were cool on the show, but when I met you, I thought you were cool too.
Yeah, oh, I loved P.O. when I met him in real life. Yeah. Every time I've seen him, he just been such a gentleman. He smells good. He exudes. He smells like money.
He smells like he spoiled women.
He smells like a gift giver.
Yep.
Hey, so, I just wanted to say real quick, pause for the cause.
Yes.
Everybody could please pause for a moment and hit that like button. I know it's annoying to hear us always talk about it as YouTubers, but it is very important. When the more likes, it shows engagement. It pushes the video out, so more people will know that we're over here. More people will know about Sabrina. So if you haven't already hit the like button, if you really could please do that now. Would you say it's 150 something people in the chat?
We got 81 thumbs up and 161 watching now.
Right. All you gotta do is
we need to get like 120 likes.
We need
120 likes.
We need to have a whole panel on that. Why people don't like
get crazy. It's about to be 10 o'clock. In 2 minutes, it's going crazy.
But how it's set up is sometimes it can mess you up. So you just exit out the live chat real quick. Go hit the like and then come back in the live chat, because it would be more convenient if you could see the like and the chat together, but you got to kind of exit out and then come back.
Yeah. Unless you're on the laptop. You
right I don't have any idea.
Yeah. Thank you so much, really, B. I appreciate that. Thank you, because I be working hard over here.
Yes, us creators are under siege. We need every
it's a free way to support the channel. Like we're not asking for no money. We just asking for the other money. Right? Well, go ahead. I'm done.
Exactly. Thank you guys.
You still doing Pilates?
Yeah. I work out several times a week.
They were supposed
funny
on the show. They were supposed to go with me to the Pilates studio, but nobody.
Funny story. So this is something funny. So I work out like at 5 o'clock. Like I'm a gym worker-outer. I don't like group fitness and all of that. Like I go and I work out, clock in, clock out. I'll be in my zone. That was actually the first time I've ever done Pilates in my life.
No way.
So yeah, so when J-Dub probably saw me bending it all over, I was probably talking to the instructor and like, is this how you move the little machine? Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, Stacy, they said you was like a Pilates instructor. So this was your first time. They said it.
And
I didn't imagine that. They said that.
And no, because I'm into fitness and stuff, and I think people just assume I do every fitness sport there is, but I really don't. But then I saw the feet, and I was like, "Ooh, Pilates involves like raw feet like this. I don't know if I can come back like this. I need your feet to shoes, honey."
Put Kenya's comment up there, and why she say we have ADHD?
Because we be all over the place.
For real.
For the most part, we do be on point.
Or we be all over the place.
Yeah, we just have fun with each other. But Tyrone, you said something about having a background photo with Tony or something. Can you bring that up? Can you bring it up?
Tie slides.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, Kenya girl.
It's a back. Oh.
How do you?
It's a background. It's a background photo. I think I need to put it. Add it as an image. I'm sorry.
Hold on. What?
Stacey, I was going.
Yeah, I put it in as a background picture, so it shows up in the background of all of us
But is
instead
that
of
what you have
as
to
an
do it on?
overlay. No. Because we're in the way.
Well, go to the. Can you go to?
I'll try this one.
Go to
Yeah.
Hey.
So that one.
Oh, look at no! Show it, Ty. Go back. I want to see it.
How you
Yeah.
make that?
So I've been working on.
Cute.
I've been working on some stuff. In these last few weeks, so I got a trailer breakdown coming tomorrow, and we were talking about Tony. So this is what made me think about it. So that editing is it's painful at the beginning until you figure out how to do it.
Right. And also too, I wanted to mention real quick, guys, because when you were talking about that and you were saying that it was going to be on your channel, somebody asked, a couple people I think asked what channel. So can you let everybody know real quick, since we're talking about it right now, where they can go to your channel to watch this?
I think I changed it to Tyrone E. Wilson, but you could just do Ty Wilson 21. I wanted to learn a new skill, right? So I wanted to get into video editing, and I think I pulled out my camera and the GoPros and all that stuff. So one of my motivations that I felt would keep me motivated was to do journeys for everyone, because I wish someone did it for me. So for this season, what I started doing was, who was it? Dre, Natasha, and Z. What I did was I just grabbed every scene that they was in, and I made a video of just them. So as people get eliminated, I will release their journey. And it's a lot of hard work. And when we were on last week, they asked, we were talking about Sharice's. So I already started Sharice's too. So I'm going to try to randomly do all the
Just make sure my exit is spicy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't watched it.
So when we were talking about Z was the most recent one I just did.
What you were saying.
And it's just 18 straight minutes of Z. So I was like, oh, I got to see a lot since I'm in the background editing, doing the slow motion, make sure I cut the right frame, all that stuff. Transitions. So that's all. That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. I'm so interested in watching it.
Yeah.
When are you going to put out the first one?
Tough.
Trust me, I know.
I'm a bit late, but I'm going to try to get that done tomorrow.
Okay. Well, we're going to hold you to it. We're going to be your push sisters and brothers. And make it happen.
Yes. It made me think, because there's a scene in there where I saw a watch, and I don't know whose watch that is. It may be Fabrice's. So Paul may be right. But we'll see. We'll see.
So Ty, so can the people can they contract your work? You know, if they need some assistance with editing.
I don't know. It's a lot, man. I got a business. I got a job.
Editing is hard.
You know what I mean? I got a meetup group. Like
if you're doing editing, is for yourself. I mean, I've tried to manipulate my cousin every now and then. I'll be like, "What do you think I could do with this?" And get her to edit. You know.
And I'm not saying that I'm ripping the shows, but you lose an hour just trying to record a show.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's hard. Like I just put up a
Oh man, I gotta show you how to hack the show, brother.
I'm trying to
I can hack the MP4 on that in like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Is it we'll talk later, because I'll be looking at frames per second, all that stuff.
Yeah, and also too, you guys in the chat, because in real life it is 163 of you watching, and I know that it's some tech people out there. I know it's some people out there that have music that want to get put on videos and stuff like that. If you want us to get your music out, if you do graphic design, like for real, like I just said that before we came on, like in order for us to get to the next level, we all need to work together. And I always push that, especially when it comes to business, because I know where I came from and I know where I started. And if it wasn't for certain people to help me and to lift me up, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So like, let's all come together, slide in these, like the panelists DM, let them know if you have a service that Ty may use, or that J Dub can use, or really B can use, or, you know, with Sharice, myself, PO, Stacey B, like, let us know. We're not going to just let you guys know, like you let us know too. That's very, very important. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, guys.
Yeah, so if you need drum beats or whatever, holler at your man, because I'm here. I'm doing it every day, all day.
Beats
Like
by
I said,
Poe. Poe.
like I said, I'm always on a delivery route to do something.
Right. Right.
Do it,
Or
Paul. Send me a beat. Send me a beat. I'll put it on.
right.
No doubt, I got you.
Yeah. If you needed Pilates instructions, see Stacey B.
Right. All right, guys. Let's
Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm happy to help you guys with Pilates.
Absolutely. Like you should be doing like YouTube classes or something.
Pilates. I am that's why I asked you about it. I'm a Pilates queen.
Well, I want to learn. Well, I know like if you do Pilates and stuff enough, I want to know how to do a split. That's my goal for 42.
Girl.
I can only come up to the little bit before the floor. I can't go all the way down. I need to know how to go all the way down in the split, in a big girl split.
You have to keep practicing.
I just need somebody to push me down one good time.
Get the just
All right, guys, let's move
I
forward.
like the machine, the reformer, though.
Yeah.
If you really wanted it, you'd
we
be
just
there.
got called out for having ADD.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. All right, let me put this up.
Oh my god.
I'll sit up here and be oh my gosh. All right. So the next scene we have, and of course I said that Tony was meeting Marcia and Blake was meeting Z for a date.
Hair. Oh god.
Blake says that he could feel Z's uneasiness. She says that she guessed she just needs to relax and it was hot in there. Blake asked her, like, who are you? And she, pretty much answers, not, I guess, how he was expecting. He was trying to get more from her and she was not giving what it needed to give. He felt like that she did not go deep enough. She says that it felt more like an interrogation, like an interview and not like a natural conversation. Blake says that he was not receiving anything and they both pretty much were disappointed at the end of the date.
Boo.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, Blake had that look on his face, like how I felt when I had to sit down at the table and eliminate Tiffany, right? And I saw it through his whole demeanor. He was like, man, I might have to do this. And, I knew she was gone just by his body language alone. He was like super uncomfortable.
But I thought that was the actual date.
That was the first date.
That was the date.
This was not the elimination. This was their date.
If that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
It was bad.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
But she was still hung on getting eliminated. Like, it was super awkward. I mean, I don't know what it really looked like, but it just seemed like there was like no communication. Like, it, and in Blake's defense, like, he may have felt like he was interrogating her, but I'm sure he was just trying to get her to talk because there was nothing. Just the only thing happening was paint drying.
But he was being like tough on her. She was giving him answers, and that would be hard for anybody that say like, well, what do you mean? You like hanging out with your mom? What about you? I don't want to know about your mom. What about you?
Right?
How can somebody open up to that, even if they?
And so that But see, it's so funny because that was okay. So when I sat down, no, seriously, it was the same thing when I sat down with Tiffany at that one date where they said, "Oh, he asking all them questions." I was sitting there talking to her, and she wouldn't talk back, and then I was like having to ask different types of questions to try to get some sort of conversation flowing. And I feel, where he was at in that moment, like, all right, what do I do with this? Like, what's next?
Or you could just talk. You see, Marcia didn't have a problem talking.
Yeah.
Right.
But Ty, we don't even know how long. We don't even know how long they were sitting there in a state of empty conversation. And he could have just been frustrated by that time. They could have already been an hour in and it's nothing going on. And they're like ask her questions, make her talk, ask her questions. Right. There's somebody behind me like.
Right. And if they have to tell him to do that, that means he couldn't do it on his own.
Right, exactly. Because he was like, tell me about your mom, your dad. What do you like? Do you work out? She was like, I like to hula hoop. I was like, what? And, yeah.
And she wasn't
But I
following
think-
up because she don't like him. And he don't like her.
No, but it wasn't. But it wasn't even that tight. It was just she was in her own way with all of the men on this episode. And she was still, you know, when you have a near elimination, she was still stuck in that zone. And, you know, she was sabotaging herself. She was self-destructing.
Yeah.
And maybe she thought she had another week or two to skim through, but when pressure's on the line, it's a lady elimination. You gotta take that one bad thing, put it away, and try to get out who you are as a person, you know, and try to share more about yourself. And you gotta own your moment. So she had a lot of airtime this episode. She should have owned her moments a little more.
I don't know. I think that she was probably in a state of feeling defeated, right? Because nobody wants to be, you know, called out like, yo, you at the bottom. And then you feel like, well, damn, nobody likes me here. And you get so fixed on that and you're not really, you know, opening up yourself to be genuine at that point, you know. Unless you're the juggernaut, then you already know. But
you know, we don't all have the fortitude to recover from that.
But who can respond when if you're getting to or supposedly getting to know someone and you're giving your answer and they're rejecting your answer? That doesn't make you say, you know what, I need to dig deeper. I need to, you know, give more. Yeah, everybody's going to be different. No, I don't want to hear anything about your mother. No.
Yeah,
what
could have been like, so
who
tell
are
me
you?
about yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, he could have had a follow-up question. Yeah.
Valencia.
She could have just been nervous though. Like, you know, people get in front of the camera. She could have been like, oh shoot, like what do I say? What do I not say? Like, I mean, y'all have to understand, like, if you've never experienced anything like this and you think in your head, oh, I got this, but when you're there in that very moment, it's a different kind of experience. Like you have people standing around, they're like this, they got cameras in your face, they're like, you know, and you're like, oh shoot, you worried like, do I got a booger in my nose? I don't want to say the wrong thing, like I don't want to put too much information. Like you going through a lot.
But at the same time, you have to accept the situation, right? Because you know exactly what you're here for.
But you can't.
You know
how can you say you have to accept the situation?
I've been there. Listen,
let
me tell you something. Hold on, no. But let me just tell you this. I've been in that same space of anxiety. I was the first person to walk through the door on my mixer, so I came out into an oh shit moment where oh crap moment where there was like 12 cameras out there staring at me. And then they don't tell you, okay, somebody's going to come to the door, walk up to them and say this. You got to do you. And so when you're sitting there and you see that, whoa, you have to accept the situation and say, all right, well, I'm going to just live my life. Like, this is what I do. I do this. And
you know they're going to pep talk you.
No, they ain't pep talk me at all.
Not you. I'm saying generally speaking, you know when it's dead space or something, they will try to pep talk somebody to get them to talk. Like we know that.
No, they
they were probably telling Blake, ask more questions. They were probably like, come on, open up, like. And
that's a lot. You trying to connect with somebody and fall in love. You know, camera in your face, and you're trying to connect with your person. That's a lot.
It's
hard. But you know what? By your fourth or fifth time, you start forgetting that they're even there.
And that's true too. That is true. Yeah. That is
like, oh, okay.
But my thing is, I don't know, because that's just like me. I feel like, and you're right, J-Dub, because my thing, but at the end of the day, if I'm at a restaurant, we're at a restaurant, it's people around us. If you're sitting in front of me and I'm sitting in front of you, the cameras are those people that's sitting around us. If I'm feeling you, if I like you, nobody else in the room matters. Like, I'm going to be so focused on you that, so those cameras, it was to the point where those cameras, I didn't even care about the camera. I'd be like, so like what, you gonna call me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even thinking about the cameras anymore. So, I mean, I don't know. I just
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Asking Walter to call you. Is he going to call?
Oh my God. Jake.
You know, I mean, so much so I went to that restaurant y'all was at, because I was like, oh, it looked like that's a nice little spot. I saw the food.
I don't even remember. We went to a couple. Are you messing with me, J-Dub?
No, I'm for real. I said that before. I went. It was like it's a little Chinese spot in Bethesda.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I forgot the name
nice
of it
too. That's when I had that. Someone said that it was like a Power Ranger outfit. I had that big silver necklace on. You can find that on shopsabrinasoul.com. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I saw the food. I said, oh, I got to get over there.
Yeah, it was good too. It was good.
It was.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, unfortunately, okay. Well, we're not going to talk about it because we're going to know about it. And just to let you know,
it was in Bethesda.
They had us.
I forgot the name of it.
You
good food. Good.
I forgot the name of it too.
You say something really big? No.
That's where we did all our confessionals at in Bethesda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so before I forget, because I know Sharice called me and was like, we forgot to talk about Anthony. So I just want to say, before we move forward, is there anything that I'm missing or anything that we need to discuss? Because I don't be wanting to feel like I'm leaving anybody out. So, or any like scenes out. No. Okay.
No, I think we covered. I feel like we covered everything.
I do too. Because next up, they're meeting at the men's lounge, and so let me just read my notes because I'd be going off on a tangent. Let me just read my notes.
Q by Peter Chain.
Oh, is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even remember. But the food was really, really delicious.
I'm gonna check that out.
Check it out. If you like Chinese food.
Yeah. So the men meet Tommy in the lounge, which happens to be a church with alcohol. The men are discussing who they are feeling and connecting with and who they are not connecting with. The two women that are on the bottom are Corvea and Z. Lyndon meets with Corvea, and Blake again meets with Z. This is the very first elimination date. So just to let you guys know, when we are filming and when we have our first elimination dates, like the very first ones, you got to remember it's happening at the mixer. So all of us are there. We're all standing up and Tommy calls us to the front, etc. This is the first elimination date where it's, you're getting called, you're getting an email saying, hey, you got a date today. So you don't know that you're about to be on an elimination day. You thinking that you're just going on a date, okay? Hence why Corvea came in there and she was eating her sushi. She had no idea. And then she was like, wait a minute, I'm too fabulous to be getting eliminated. What? What's going on? Because they're clueless. You don't know. So Z and Corvea are entering. So if you guys watch it back and you see that, you're noticing that in real life, they don't know that they're on an elimination date. But we do have them getting ready to be eliminated. And the woman that is getting eliminated is Z. Thoughts?
I just realized I was
you go ahead.
Elimination date.
Say it again.
I said I just realized I was never on an elimination date.
Neither was I ever.
Elimination 3 times I was up there, but I was never on an elimination date, which was crazy. Yeah. And every time was something stupid. Anyway, I don't know.
So how did you guys feel about, do you feel like Z should have gotten eliminated and Corvea no? Because obviously Corvea, the guys were saying that she is still ready to love.
Yeah, I feel like Z definitely, it was her time to go. Only because she was too fixed on the after effects of, the previous elimination, right?
Right.
I think Corvea Right. I think Corvea probably had more opportunities to connect with the men over Z. I think that the guys probably was chatting amongst themselves like, man, you been out with Z? Man, all she do is ask me, blah, 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 blah. Oh, she did that with you? Yeah, me too. Oh, man, then they probably wrote her off. So I could see them going into the lounge with that energy. So it was time for her to go, I think. I feel like the guys there was nobody there for her.
I mean,
Go
I
ahead,
feel like
Tyrone.
I agree.
show,
I was
Go
actually
ahead,
surprised.
the show makes
I
a
was
decision.
surprised to see Corvea in the bottom, honestly.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, the show makes a decision in the end after counting all the votes, in the background. When it's between Corvea and Z, I understand why they would let Z go. If it's just between them two.
Well, and then like what we saw this entire episode is that going forward, Z wouldn't have any trust in any of the men, because at this point she is insecure and uncomfortable about who put her in the bottom and why they put her in the bottom. So she's not going to trust any of them, and it's going to make it hard to even make a connection or speak to her in the future.
So would you feel Corvea is going to be the same way now?
I'm not sure.
No.
We'll have to see. I feel like her esteem, like what the energy she's giving off, is set up a little differently than Z's.
Yeah, it's just Corvea's on the wrong show. She should be on Basketball Wives or something. But no, she's not gonna worry about
She
it.
might be aiming. She might be aiming for that.
Yeah.
Corvea?
Yep. She needs a baller. She needs a she doing a yacht. You gotta, if you meet her at the coffee shop, you gotta bring her some red bottoms. It's just something, a small treat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what she's saying.
I think it's just a regular.
Do you have a problem with giving gifts, J-Dub? Is gift giving a problem for you? Is queening a woman a problem for you? Because you're definitely dwelling on it. You're dwelling all up on.
Not at all. The lady was leading with it. She was leading with it. She's like, oh, I wear nice shoes, because she even got into it with DeMario. I mean, just anybody who kind of leads with that.
And just like Z was obsessed with who put her in the bottom, you obsessed with not giving gifts.
No, I'm not. I'm not. It's all about the delivery. Don't be like that, Stacey. Don't be like that. Delivery.
He want to give it, but he don't want you to tell him.
There you go.
Right.
That's all. Yeah, let it be free.
And you know what? Z?
Bring it to you. Don't tell him you got it.
Don't tell me. Now I don't want to do it. From me. Yeah, I don't want to do it now.
Don't play me out loud. That's what he's saying.
Right.
Play me in silent.
He not gonna bring no words when he see you got on red bottom.
I don't need to know that. Act like you've been here before. I see you got on red bottoms. That's cool. We see your style. That's what you like. You ain't got to tell me. Next thing you know, you be talking about you got the G-Wagon outside and you only take first class for private. I mean, I don't need to know all that. We go be here to get.
What you need to know is who's paying for it. That's what you need to find out. If you need a girl, you need to make sure you know who's.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
You ain't lying.
Number one. Wait.
It's so funny because you up next to fund it if it's getting funded.
The thug in me really want to respond, but I'm gonna sit down.
No, come on, let that thuggery out.
That ain't no thug. That's an act. Stacey, you ain't got that.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay. I stand
because
correct.
We know I was just joking with you, and I'm gonna keep talking.
I know.
So what y'all think about Corvea? I mean, not Corvea, Z singing her way off the show. She said that they said, "Do you have any last words?" And she said that Z is from Jersey and she wants to know what's next or something like that. That was a horrible imitation. My bad, Z.
You did better. You did better than Z, for real. But
Oh,
like Ty said, you got to get it
don't
when
do
you
that.
can. You know, when is your
I don't know.
when's your
I might
time?
could hook that. I could do something with them vocals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got auto tune. I got a track. You know what I mean? I'll
wow.
let the kid. I'll let the kid.
Golly. So what
Beats
y'all
It
by
was very,
Beats by
it was
Poe.
very, it was so cabaret. I was like, is she
It was
like
memorable.
into Broadway or something? Like, it made me want to know like what else she does on the side. Like, is she into like cabaret and musicals and things like that? Like,
Cruise ship.
I was a little. And you know what? I just, you know, just like I said it last week with the DJ, I just don't like people that's like gimmicky. If you come in to find love, find love. Like, I think our viewers have expressed it time and time again. They don't want to be sold gimmicks. They want to see somebody on a journey for love. They don't want the fakery BS. And it made me believe, like, after I felt sorry, you know, like, oh, I can imagine how I must feel last week. Well, yesterday, because it was probably the day after yesterday, you were just on the chopping block, or 2 days ago. And then today, you know, you have to go through these motions. We all know, you know, we can put ourselves in the shoes of how that must feel. However,
Right.
Then to end it with that, it just, I was like, well, did she even want to be there anyway? I was so confused.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
But Ty is out there for you, boo. And that's a good man. That's a good, strong man, too.
Yeah, you better call Tyrone.
I better.
I don't know, Ty. Are you putting yourself out there?
Ty don't need no assistance to shoot no shots. Ty is a legend.
Nope.
I can vouch for him. If he wants something, he gonna go after.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right. So any last thoughts on this episode, on the season, period? All right.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Who is
Yeah,
that?
you know what? I do. Hold on.
I think
Take a quick rewind. I just wanted to talk about something that Tommy said in the lounge when he was talking about the save yourself, or the guy gets to save one person time or whatever.
Right.
So I think one of the reasons why they're doing that is, one, because they don't have an extra person for that space. So that might help them carry the show into another week. That's number one. Or number two, it really doesn't matter anyway. They actually will get the opinion of the men just one time, and it won't be the producer sending people home.
Yeah. Maybe so, but that
to me,
they
it's
already
too,
beefing about that.
Yeah, but the other thing too is that's too game showish. It's too game showish.
Oh, you mean? Yeah, I think so, Ty.
I think that was an accident.
What?
Yeah, it's not on my end. Ty, take it. Hold on.
Stop it.
Freeze. Yeah, P.O., I'm with you. I think they responded to people wanting a change in the show because people need a refresh. But no, I agree. Yeah, we turn into something else. It's going way.
You talking about the love pass? You talking about the love pass?
So there's
First of all, you in Miami.
But do you notice on all the competition shows,
love every day. Maybe
but on all the competition shows, they end up putting that in. If you look at every competition show, they find a way to give. At some point, they find a way to add some sort of save. American Idol did it. Project Runway did it. RuPaul, they found a way because that's a way to respond to.
But this is,
that person shouldn't have got sent home, or that person should have had another chance. So that's just kind of their way of satisfying us as the fans to say, oh, somebody deserved another week, or it was just a misunderstanding. They should have another chance. But I really got to wait and see how it works, because it was the way it was explained. I ain't really get it.
Me either.
So I have to wait and see how
they believe it won't. Well, they're talking about it's going to be a unanimous decision. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be unanimous. It's still going to be more production influence.
So I just tried to upload the official trailer because I don't watch it like 30 times already. It's what I'm breaking down tomorrow. The dudes is already beefing about how they're gonna use the save, because they're talking about maybe using it for later, and they're like, if you have a connection now, why do you even need it? You know what I mean? Just vote for who you're gonna vote for, and then that's that.
Right. And that's why people are gonna be forced to either have alliances or enemies.
Yeah, they turn into Survivor.
Right.
So the people who's more persuasive, who have some homeboys, you know, y'all got the bro code going on, that's who's gonna get their one save. The other guy could actually have real love, and poor little Tink is out of love.
Yeah, you said poor little Tink.
Yeah, now it sounds like the show is even more tainted at this point.
Why are you so negative? Y'all are so negative. Jeez.
Oh, okay, I apologize. Everybody's there.
What the hell does that have to do with love? What does that have to do with love?
What's love got to do?
Because just like they mess, like just like the first day elimination, that might be somebody that could be working with somebody now. Bring her back and then call it a day.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
I can understand them reintroducing somebody that's already been gone, but to sit there and say, hey, let's have a unanimous save on my woman, not yours, but mine. Like, come on, man. You want to see the turmoil jump off in the
jail card.
That's why they did it, though.
They're going to be throwing babbles at each other in that church.
Yeah, it's just a drama.
Exactly. And next season,
I saved your girl and you vote against mine.
Right.
And it's gonna be drama.
We getting off track. That's way off track.
They know it.
And the ratings are gonna go shoo.
I don't know.
You think so?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's been going higher and higher.
Exactly. Facts.
Because what if they would have voted to save Samson? Now Sharice got to deal with Samson for 4 more weeks. Right.
Sharice did very well handling Samson.
And then I think the show would kind of be messy, and then put those two people on a date again.
He said, because that's why you're not ready to love, and you're going to be eliminated.
You big bad bully.
Saved. And then they get saved, and then they go put them on a date.
You can't make a real person do something with a fake person. You know, I knew that by Christmas, New Year's, I wasn't going to be sitting up with Samson at the reunion. He was not coming. I knew it. I didn't know this corn on the carb.
Oh my goodness, not corn on the carb. I knew it was done when he came to your place of work. And you were trying to connect and get deeper. And I mean, like, he looked like a total clown. I'm like, what is?
I'm so glad it played out. Because
I'm like, you're there. This is the moment. This is where you start locking in. She's sharing. She's opening your space to you. What are you doing?
He's like,
I know. Then you got a pretty woman giving you an expensive gift because you know facials are expensive. That's red bottom money. That's red bottom money. And then she rubbing all up on your face, taking care of you, being gentle
Sabrina
and soft, and you missed the moment.
That was extremely intimate. It was extremely intimate. Not only being in her space, but the facial and everything else. I'm like,
touching, you're vulnerable, you're opening.
She's serving him.
He came with his regular little gift thing. I was like, no, put your gifts away. I have my own gifts. I brought my own champagne. It's my day. He's like, oh. It's like, I don't need your gift. Take it back.
He's going to give it to somebody else anyway.
Then you gave him like a $200 facial.
Yeah, because he does that. He tries to put, he takes charge of everything and manipulate you into Samson's world. And I was like, no, we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, about like, where do we go from here? What does it look like?
What does it look like when we leave the show, buddy? Because time is almost over, and I'm not leaving here with you if it's getting.
Well, he's still
Yeah.
exploring
But
connection.
CJ,
Yeah.
You know, I got a real life and I got a real dream and I want real love. So what's it gonna be like?
but
Oh,
you see,
man.
J-Dub, how Sharice, how women do spend money and give gifts to men as well. You see that? That's my only point in talking about how expensive a facial is. I just want you to know that has market value as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Expensive
no,
is
I'm
subjective.
familiar. Like I said, it was the biggest gift is that she was serving him, treating him. I thought that was. I'm like, what's going on? I was just shocked. I said he don't want her. They done. Another one drops the ball. That's what I'm used to it. Just watching. I was very disappointed.
Oh my God.
The man said he was ready to get married. He said they was ready to get married tomorrow. But
he
now
need a home bride. He can order up whatever he wants. Order it because I'm not on that menu.
Yeah, he didn't even want to talk. He was playing around
because he don't have nothing to talk about.
I know it was sad. It looked crazy.
So we just
and I think we just said that. Like, I'm like, yo, if it's something, it's gonna come across. Like, why are you staging everything? We're on the show, like, let it roll, Samson. Don't wait till tonight and call me and tell me anything. Tell me right now.
Yeah.
Anybody else we want to bash?
Well,
Ty got sensitive.
No.
Ty, what about Blake?
I ain't got nothing against
Your
him.
favorite?
He cool with
Oh,
me.
Anthony.
I'm just talking about
Which
what I'm
one
seeing.
of-
I
which
don't
one of-
dislike any of them. I just think that the date was
I'm
awkward with
joking.
them two.
I'm joking.
But I'll tell you in my breakdown, Stacey, watch that tomorrow.
I'm gonna watch it. What time again? Shameless
official
plug.
trip.
What time?
I honestly don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know. I should be done by 3-4 p.m.
No, Ty, but
I'm late.
Ty likes everybody.
I'm filming tomorrow, so I'll have to catch it on the next day.
Yeah.
Ready Love Resort back on
tomorrow.
No, she's with Dallas. She's in the Dallas season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No. I do a talk show. I do a local talk show.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what's up.
All right, guys. Anything else?
I
love
you.
Miss
Anything? Really, B. Sister, do you have anything else you need to add, sister?
Oh, that looked like that felt good. That looked like that felt good.
Since J-Dub and Ty want to be over talking you, P.O. Ty and J-Dub want to be over talking you, ma'am. Do you have anything else to say, ma'am?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though.
She tired.
Next week gonna be a bad mofo.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I think next week is gonna be a good one.
We're gonna see the.
I think
somebody asked me if I've been to any of the cast parties. Not yet. I missed 2 of them. I was supposed to go.
Yeah, we're gonna see the real Tony
in the breakdowns, and I'm gonna talk to them clues. We need to find out whose watch that is, and we know who's on the beach.
See the real Tony.
Yeah, we're gonna see the real Tony next week.
You think
I'm thinking it's Andre and Jeffrey. That's what I'm thinking.
On the bottom?
But I can't tell.
Talking about the blow up.
Andre is the curl.
On the beach.
Which one
on the beach together.
Right.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey is,
It's either Andre or Tony. I can't tell. Somebody with a beard.
Well, a lot of times, because like.
Or Anthony. I'm sorry, the other Anthony, the dark skin with a beard. One of those two.
There's 2 Anthonys?
Well, there's Tony.
Tony and an Anthony.
Right. That's why I've been calling the light skin guy, the religious one, I call him Tony. And I've been calling the dark skin, the glasses that I showed at the end, I call him Anthony.
The silent assassin.
And it was 2 Dre's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. The one that just got eliminated was Dre, and the one with the curl is Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
The other Tony Anthony you talking about is Mark Anthony, or is it somebody else?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
now we got three. Yeah, now
Oh,
we
it's
got
three
three
of
of
them.
them. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
It's
so it's Anthony, Tony, and Mark Anthony.
I'm
Yeah.
so confused.
And two Dre's. And a
Yeah.
woman named Jeffrey.
Who do we? What? It's guys, right? What guy do you think is going to get eliminated so I can start working on their
Freaky Febreze.
Breeze.
on their journey?
Pickle.
Yeah, Febreze.
Pickle.
Febreze is out of here.
Freaky Febreze.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Yeah.
Febreze is going to be a
Febreze.
one-hit wonder.
How y'all know?
He's going to be a one-hit wonder.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
How
feel
about they
like
got two in
he's
his
gonna
corner?
be there.
We got two of
I
them.
feel like he's gonna get through. I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah.
He's
Because
not getting through.
you know
You crazy.
who we're not really hearing from? We're not really hearing from Blue.
No,
Yeah.
Blue's gonna stay.
Probably a reason.
Blue is probably. Blue might be
Oh,
a
the
ringer.
eyes.
Blue's gonna be staying.
The eyes.
I'm
no,
trying
He
to
might be. He might be a ringer.
No, not they said in the chat, not Lyndon. Lyndon's gonna be battling for Morgan.
London.
Sabrina, I'm trying to show this one portion of the trailer of people on the beach, and maybe they could help us figure it out. But we gotta pause at a certain point.
It would have to be. Oh, hold on.
Febreze.
It's the official trailer. They already put it out.
Doesn't matter. It's still a
Okay.
copyright. Yeah. It's still.
It doesn't
Less
matter.
than a minute?
She'll get a copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't put it out.
YouTube. Yeah.
They don't play about that. Like.
What if I screenshot it right now?
Oh, sorry, guys. You could screenshot. They'll do screenshots.
Okay.
Of
I'll
what?
find the screenshot.
Yeah.
Hold
on. What picture?
Listen to y'all schooling us on the YouTube rules.
Because I have.
Show
What
it
do
to
you
us backstage.
Because I have
at the after party.
Yeah.
That's where it goes down.
Can you
That's where it goes down.
three?
Yeah,
hold
I'm
on.
confused on the Anthony's, honey.
In his head.
Because I posted some pictures of the behind the scenes. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but I was posting some pictures from the next episode.
Dang, they said Teddy Worms. I'm done.
Oh gosh, he got his feet out. Tell me he wasn't wearing sneakers with no socks, and then got them feet right over there by that fruit. Oh my goodness!
She's turned off.
By the fruit though.
Look, he's right by the strawberry, and then he gonna put that strawberry in his mouth by his big toe. Lyndon.
Oh my gosh.
Gas.
You know, Lyndon's an island boy.
Right.
I'm trying.
I thought it was Loudon.
I don't know. No, it's Lyndon.
I thought it was Loudon.
Did you get it, Ty?
Yeah, I actually got two of them
Oh, okay.
right now. And this is just me doing some investigative research right now. I'm uploading it right now.
It was a Ty Slides. It was a request in the chat. Could you bring up all three Tonys or Anthony?
Oh, we have.
And this.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying we have 181 watching. Shout out to you guys. We got 116 likes. Can we get a thumbs up from you guys if you are enjoying this live? We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow. Shout out to you guys. 181. That's amazing.
We lit.
That's good job, everybody.
So we need also Sabrina. We need to PO had a question about Lyndon or how to say the island guy's name.
Loudon.
And when in Rome is saying Lindale, and I didn't
No,
see
it's
any L's.
Lyndon.
That's what I mean. You know, I know it's
How are we
late.
spelling that?
Lyndon.
Oh, okay.
Lyndon.
London it is.
Lyndon. Thank you, Auntie Eva.
Like,
all right, y'all wanna do some investigative research right now? So
all right,
this is some of the things I spot when I'm doing my editing, because I can see every single frame. So in the official trailer, they have some folks on the beach already, right? So this is the shot of some folks on the beach, right?
Oh, and the watch.
I know that watch.
So I've been trying to find the watch, right?
It's an Invicta. It's on the
Wait,
But
go
then-
back.
the Home Shopping Network.
So this is
Oh,
a
Wait,
this
go
is
back
a
one more
watch.
time. Is that just a shadow or a tattoo on his hand?
4 easy payments.
Shadow. I don't see a tattoo.
Right? And then here is Fabrice's promo. That's
Oh,
Fabrice's
shoot.
promo shot. I mean, the thing is in the way. My bad.
With Natasha.
So we gotta live with Febreze for a minute.
I think so, guys. Like he's pretty.
That's just a promo shot. This is just a promo shot.
Febreze, man.
Right. And that's
Yeah, because that's Natasha.
That's Natasha.
Yeah.
Go back to that first. Go back to that first one, Ty.
But who this?
Let me see that.
Anytime you offend PO, you know what's going on. Something's really going on. PO is so easygoing, so laid and cool. Yeah, we got a problem.
Whose hands are
Fabrice
those?
is a problem.
Anyhow.
Damn,
when
man,
you
I hope
watch
they got
Fabrice walk in with Mark Anthony, that watch.
They calling him Febreze.
I mean Fabrice.
My
bad.
Like
Febreze. Damn.
Freaky
I don't know. We'll talk about it
So
tomorrow.
we're gonna have to live. We're gonna have to live with him. I'm sorry, man.
And that's cool. I think he's entertaining.
Fabian. Not no Febreze. Fabian.
Really
Yeah.
be
Right.
Real quick, Tina A. Brown says, I stumbled upon this panel review. Did not know you were doing one today. Is it going to be every Tuesday, Sabrina? Yes, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We'll be here. All right. Yeah. I like Fabrice. I think he's entertaining. I think he brings something different to the show. Something, I mean,
Yeah, I just want him to get right.
Fabian.
I'm gonna do it like Ty. So Sabrina, you wouldn't mind if Fabrice had all that sex talking to you, like not trying to get to know you, because I didn't see you check some people.
So let me say this. In real life, I would be so turned off by it, but watching it on TV, I want more.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I got you.
I love it. I love
Me
it.
too.
But he reminds me, he puts me in the mind. Remember when the older guy from Atlanta season 2, he was kind of forward. Carrie, that's his name, Carrie. He kind of reminds me of Fabrizio?
Like Caprice.
Yeah, so he kind of reminds me of him. Remember Reva was like, he cat daddy, he said something slick to her.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like a pimp.
So he kind of reminds me of him.
I joke about
Fabrice's
this all
word.
the time. I say it's only harassment if you're unattractive.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Fabrice
Look at Sabrina looking on.
is definitely legit.
Tyrone.
Looking all single.
Tyrone. Are you trying to get me back?
Of course.
Let's do it, Ty. Let's hear it.
I can't. I just have on
Not with
glasses.
it. I'll let her tell it. I won't tell her business.
That's right, Kenya.
Nope. Because I never said anything. So it's nothing to say.
What?
Exactly. Nothing.
That sounded. Hold up, sis. That sounded a little. I shook it. That sounded a little like.
Thank you, everybody,
we need
for
some investigative reporting.
What?
Okay. All right. So I think we're done with. Yeah. Okay. the only reason, because we finished a little early tonight, so I was like, let's get a little chit chat. But yeah, so I appreciate all you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. Thank you again for taking your time out and talking about Ready to Love Miami, the number 2, season 7, episode number 2. Stop laughing, Tyrone. Yeah, so as always, if you guys did not catch it in the very beginning, we're going to go around. Everyone's going to say who they are and where you can find them on their socials. And also, too, if you guys have any services that you have that the viewers might see that they might need your services for, definitely put that out there as well. I would so appreciate it. Anyway, let's start with Tyrone. It's J-Dub, Really B, P.O., Stacey B, and then Sharice.
What's up, everybody? Ty Wilson, 21, everywhere. I've been into a lot of projects lately, talking mental health. I still do my cybersecurity thing and being more, I guess, outgoing with the video projects I've been working on. I actually just released 3 of them yesterday, and, be on the lookout. Follow me on YouTube. That's where I'm going to be mostly. That's
all right.
That's all I got.
It's J-Dub. I'm on YouTube. I review reality shows with detailed reviews and try to pick out some details you may not have seen. You can reach me through YouTube or Instagram. It's _J-Dub. If you definitely have some services, because in real life, I need some help with some editing so my channel can take off to the moon. So, and I am YouTube's #1 commenter still.
J-Dub, I'll help you out with that if you need to retalk, we can chop it up.
There we go. My man P.O. always come through, and I just give an extra shout out to P.O.
Yeah, and we have to meet up too for the Zoom as well.
Can I drop a nugget for everybody?
Yes.
It's going to be a game changer for everybody. And then I'm done, Stacey. It's called Chat GPT. Just go look it up. It's free AI. Talk to it, ask it whatever you want.
You told me about that.
Chat GPT will change your life. You're welcome.
I need the plug. My computer's dying. Go grab my plug for me real quick.
Really B, what you got for us?
Who's Sharice talking to?
Really B TV on YouTube.
Tony.
I review TV shows. Housewives.
We heard that
channel. And celebrity news, so you can find me on Really B TV.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Really B. I had to mute them up top. So P.O.
Yeah, you already know what it is. It's P.O. Anytime you need a delivery, I'm right at 100 sightings on IG. No, but in all seriousness too, I do make I make music, beats. Everything. I'm heavy into the visual arts. So like my man J-Dub said, he wants editing. I've been editing videos for, I don't know, maybe 25 years. I have my own company doing that. Infrared Films, Infrared Entertainment, so yeah. But you can find me at 100 sightings on IG.
Stacey B.
Hey. Stacey _B. I like to keep it simple on Instagram. I forgot to tell y'all that I've been doing this like talk show a couple times a month. We film like every other Wednesday, and it puts you in the mindset of like the real of the view. It's a panel of 4 women. It's produced. It comes on YouTube and also some smart TV streaming platforms. It's called The Session TV Show. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been like, I like to be uncomfortable, like force myself to do things that I've always wanted, but I've always been like shy, like afraid to try. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying my space.
Yeah, good. Congratulations to you. We're going to have to all check that out.
Yeah, you know who? Another co-host of the show is your beloved J-Dub. That girl is this legal Simone Red Wine herself, honey. And I was a surprise addition to her. Like that wasn't no setup. Like we didn't know. The people reached out to me separately.
So I mean, so is Simone the new frack to your frick?
Simone carries her own weight, darling. I done already told you that.
Well, yes, I know she's a
Stacey
wonderful, powerful.
What you see?
black
What you
queen.
see right here in this corner? What you see in this corner? You see who? Who you see? Stacy _B.
You are
period.
Stacey. Aggressive. You're very aggressive.
Here we go.
So, okay, let me ask you: is there still freaking frack? Even though I know Simone is the new
I just saw
best
her
friend.
this weekend.
Okay, freaking frack still going strong. Next time, bring her. Can she come? No?
Of course.
There you go. See?
Anybody is welcome. Yeah. All right. So Charisse, we heard her. I don't know if you guys heard her, but she did say that her phone was dying, her battery. But I will say that she is Charisse Logan from Ready to Love Miami. #1. She does have Logan Skincare. She does have a YouTube channel, also Logan Skincare. And you can also find her on Instagram at Charisse Logan and Logan Skincare. And of course, you guys know I'm your host, Miss Sabrina Soul. You can find me on all socials, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, everything at Miss Sabrina Soul. Check out my weekly vlog. I just posted, literally it uploaded right before we started the show. And my Vlogmas #5, I'm making it happen slowly but surely, but it is coming along. It is taking a lot out of me. I appreciate every last one of you. If you have not hit that thumbs up, I would so greatly appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. We would love to have you here, and also to our channels, the panelist channels. We would love for you to subscribe to them and to follow all of us on our socials. But other than that, I don't have anything else. I love you so much. I will see you here on Friday for my live watch party, and then again on Tuesday at 8 p.m. with me and my panelists as well. Y'all have an amazing Tuesday and an amazing week, and we will see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.